I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Hey, Rebby, can you hear me? I adjusted my gain and a few things, so I might sound a little bit more clear, more like a legitimate microphone setup. Can you hear me? Are we live? I think we're live. Everything says live. Yes, loud and clear. Hello, Rebby. Thomas. Just Ryan, what's up, bro? What is up? I was just on your page earlier watching you shit you were making. Jim Joe, everybody, hello. Hello, Tin Man. What's up? We are live. Hey, what's up? Boy, what a day, huh? Holy cow. Did you see that? If you didn't see it, don't worry. We're going to watch it. We have a lot of things lined out for you today on the show. Welcome to the show. If you would be so kind as to thumbs up the stream. We're just getting started. I've been streaming all for 8 minutes now. So, it's starting to settle into my real numbers. There's always a push when something's hot off the presses, right? It's rainy season now. The holidays are over. It's 2026. Can you believe it's 2026? Can you believe that shit? What happened to 2013? Did we even do that year? Like Rebby, I'm 47. How old am I? 47. I'm 47. Was I 32? I don't even remember being. Where was I living when I was 27, 28? What the fuck? Was I even? I'm not sure if I was alive then. I don't know. It's so weird. Like I graduated high school in 1996. My first cell phone was bigger than this can. And the battery lasted for 30 minutes if you didn't use it. You know what I had? And I bet you a lot of you had one too. I had a pager or a beeper. I had a red, I was like foreshadowing because I had a red, white, and blue pager with a gold chain. That's crazy because I was not very patriotic, or not political. I was always been patriotic. I shouldn't have said that. No. I've always been patriotic, but never really political. Donald Trump was actually the first person I ever actually literally voted for because he was the only person that got to that level that I wanted to vote for. The only other politician that I cared for at all, even this much, and this probably won't shock any of you, Ron Paul, not Rand, his father, Ron Paul. I wanted Ron Paul to be president so bad, but we all know how that worked out. But people think because of the hat and the attitude and what I'm all about. What's up, Griffey? Good day, mate. You're so sick of Americans doing that to you. It's Paul Hogan's fault, You can thank Crocodile fucking Dundee for destroying every American's perception of every Australian person forever. Joe. Hello, Joe. Good greetings. Joe, guys, hello, Jessica. Joe is one of actually, you are the longest standing liberal in my chat. Someone earlier told me that I was fake on Twitter. They said, yo, you're Climatics, you're fake. I've seen you, but you just, somebody disagrees with you and blah, blah, blah. You destroy him and you go on this 30-minute tirade and then you block them or ban them. No, I don't. I only block or ban people for two reasons. Number one, if they continuously say the same thing with the N word spelled out or the F word for gay people that we can't say spelled out, I don't like that. Don't do that. I don't like that. I don't even like the word Nazi being used. But But like things that like, so and also if you shit on Charlie Kirk being murdered in front of his child, I can't deal with that. But do you guys think, I mean, you guys, I see Tony P in the house. So boo. I see a lot of your names in other chat rooms. Sometimes I'm in MDG gaming and you don't even know it. Or I'm sitting there and earlier today, I watched like 2 hours of Matt Morris's show. I watched T-Sply's show this morning. I was in the chat there. You'll know that when I type there though, because I'm a mod in T-Splice. So the point is, I see some of you guys and other people. Oh, Arturo. Oh, I love Arturo. He's a friend of the show, Joe. You're gonna love that. But so I see you guys in other people's stream, and I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm not gonna do a poll, but I'm gonna ask you this. What's up, Prank? Do other streamers deal with trolls the way I do? Or do they ignore them? Or do they just straight ban them and don't say anything and freak out? Because I think that I give them a chance. Because I'm convinced that beyond the MSNBC, ABC News, CNN talking points, those one or two sentences that all the lefties have memorized, beyond that, they can't sit down and have a 45-minute conversation calmly about the issues, their policies, and why they believe what they believe with you. Rebby, Thomas, nobody's ever going to sit down for 40 minutes with you as a liberal and be able to rationally spell out why they believe what they believe, because what they believe is bullshit. And when you break it down to all the details and all the little tiny little nuances and facts of all that shit, you realize that, oh my God, these people are fucking morons. And so that's why they attack, right? That's why they set up the sniper's nest. That's why they do all the things they do, because they don't have anything beyond their one sentence. Lefties have softened such bad language that they just walk around and go, you're a Nazi. Rebby, you're Hitler. You're this, you're that. Thomas, you racist. What does that mean, though? Well, to all of us, that's like fighting words. What's up, Polly? That's like fighting words. You call me a racist and a Nazi? I'm Jewish. You call me a Nazi? I might hit you. That's all they have, though. So after that, all they can do is insult you, talk crap about how fat your mom's ass is, and then like attack you. Like the other night, Tommy took on like 7 people. Most of you I see were here that night. You saw it. He took on 6 or 7 of them. I'm sorry. Look, I know a lot about being in a fight with multiple people and things. I know it's wrestling, but still, hey, let me tell you something. A wrestling match can, especially when it's not Vince McMahon, WWE, and it's like an independent show, that shit can turn fucking real quick. Some of these guys are not, not everybody's Rey Mysterio Jr., Undertaker, badass athletic guy, John Cena and The Rock and all that, Triple H, super athletic, Kurt Angle, if you know who that is, super athletic, right? You go to the independent rankings, you get Jeff, who works at HEB, and on the weekends, he's Captain Insano at APW, local pro wrestling, and you are having a match with him this Saturday night. Fuck. And 3 months ago, he landed on a kid in the front row and broke the kid's leg. Have fun. So you got to be careful, because if you're this far, what turns hey, Griffey, what turns a fake wrestling punch into a real punch? 1 inch. If you're 1 inch off, or if he's 1 inch off, I've gone to hit somebody before and they leaned in ever so slightly. Clock. So anyways, the point is Tommy getting jumped by those guys. They broke a hard ass plastic megaphone over his head and he was just like, whatever. And he got up. He's like, my hand kind of hurts. What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you from Krypton or something? What the fuck? And that just proves that 2 things. Number 1, Tommy is super tough. And number 2, Antifa does not know how to fight. I mean, that guy was like bulldozed by Tommy immediately. Tommy hurt his hand because he landed on the concrete. I think he may have even hurt his hand punching the other guy. That's why I'll, not to dox my own fighting style, but I will never, ever, 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 Joe, I would never, ever, under any circumstances, punch somebody in the face with my closed fist. I taught my kid this too, even though I have a girl. I taught her this too. Very important, guys. Very important. You never want to punch somebody in the face with a closed fist. A few reasons. Number one, you might break your hand. You're sitting at a computer right now, right? Maybe you're on your TV. You got your phone in your hand. You ever broken a couple fingers before? A couple knuckles? You ever broke your knuckle? Oh, you can't do shit for like 3 weeks. 3 months. 3 months. So you never want to hit somebody in the face. Now, that's the first reason, because you might hurt your hand. Number two reason is everyone expects a right hook to the face. Tooth mark. I got one. I got a tooth mark. You're not going to be able to see it, but I got a tooth mark in between my knuckles right there. Yep, absolutely. K-E-H. Yep. So that's the second reason, because everyone expects you right, stand up, box, right? Nobody expects to get suplexed, right? So the third reason, and this is the most important reason, some people can take a punch to the face. You think JD DeLay has a glass jaw? I'm being serious. You think a guy like JD DeLay, who has been in the joint, you know, a place where you have to fight basically every fucking day, you think hitting JD DeLay one time in the face is gonna hurt you or him more? Probably break your hand, and he's probably just gonna get pissed, right? So you got to make sure that you always, and this is sort of, maybe that's like a Rocky thing. Maybe this is where I got this from. But you always want to attack the person's strengths. I know. What? That doesn't make sense. No, you want to attack their weaknesses because that's where they're weak at. Yeah, but they're going to be guarding their weaknesses. I always attack someone's strengths right up the fucking middle. Number one, that's where the action is, right? Isn't that what he said? That's where the action is. Number two, nobody expects you to attack the front line. You know what I mean? That's why we got the Venezuela shit. Nobody expected that. Did you expect a 30-minute like SEAL team Green Beret excursion to get that motherfucker? Did you expect that shit? Crazy. That's crazy. Okay. The show is going to start. We got several things planned. We are going to end probably with some sort of IRL situation over on Rumble. Where was that at? Was it there? Okay. You like my thumbnail? I'm getting good at ChatGPT, guys. Getting good. All right. I want to start off with something funny and some comedy because I like to laugh and I like to have a good time. We're going to be streaming right now. Let me see here. It is 5. It's 6 o'clock basically. All right. I got 6 hours in me. 6-7 hours. Midnight. You know, so you're going to enjoy the evening with me. But for now, we're going to start off with this, guys. And believe me, I got some IRL stuff pulled up for Minnesota. Polly, if you would be so kind, if you come across a stream that's IRL, you know, I know a lot about the Portland game. I know to go to Portland Andy. I know to go to Tommy. I know to go to Shane and Portland PDX and all these other, but I don't know very much about Minnesota stuff, right? So if you guys, it doesn't have to be Polly. I just say that because that's where she lives, not to dox you. But if you find an IRL stream that's legitimate, that's clear, that doesn't seem like left leaning, that seems right wing, they might already know who I am. Not to be conceited as fuck, but they might already know who I am, and they might be okay with me restreaming them. You know, Nico, what is up, Nico? Friend of the show. Cam is about to be in Minnesota. Oh, that's perfect. Oh no, fuck around and find out. Every time I see your name, all I can think about is the same thing, that you're a girl. And I've been going, what's up, bro? This for like Nick Shirley seems like constructed personality. Actually, that's weird that you would say that. Because I think that Nick Shirley is one of the most genuine personalities. I don't think Nick Shirley puts on a front or a fake facade or some sort of like he wants you to think his life is differently. Like, what do you know about Nick Shirley? What do y'all know about him? Anything? What about like personally? He's 23, right? You don't know very much else, do you? You know why? Because he sticks to the damn subject. He sticks to what he's doing. He noticed something. And this is coming from someone who always talks about himself like a jackass. Nick Shirley never talks about himself. He never promotes himself. He never, ever, ever, ever has spoken about his own shit. Just my observation, that's all. Just my observation. What's up, girl? He dresses normally. He's 23. Yep. Well, I don't know if he is I can't speak about his under the cover activity. I think that's inappropriate to even garner that. He might be married or have a long-standing girlfriend. A lot of guys that are like that, they've had the same girlfriend since 9th grade. I'm serious. I'm not saying that that's who it is, and he's very career orientated, you know? I mean, I'm surprised that a lot of these people have spouses or whatever, because I can't, this might shock you, Rebby, but I have dated women before. I have lived with women before, and I have never lived with anyone, and I've never dated anyone who would allow me to do what Tommy's wife allows him to do on a damn near nightly basis. Every girl I've ever dated, whether it's my baby's mama or what are the other chicks, that not one of them would have been cool. Maybe once or twice, 3 times, but every fucking night, Christmas, New Year's, every fucking, your birthday, my birthday, Jesus' birthday, everybody's birthday, you go out there, oh, no way. No fucking way. Yeah, the Rebby, women don't do that anymore. Ring rats is yeah, Joe. Yeah. That's a real thing. Okay, yeah, I want to laugh for a few minutes, okay?
Goat's milk latte drinking, avocado toast eating.
It's fun to stay at the
Life is hard, but it's harder when you're stupid.
Can I take cocaine with my spouse?
I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut.
I'm not talking about buying it, but let's suppose I came in one day and the cocaine was there.
People who are bilingual, they speak English.
So just so we're clear, in case you don't know what this is Senator John Kennedy. If you don't, I would imagine everyone here, if you watch this kind of shit, you know who John Kennedy is. If you don't know who Senator John Kennedy is, just go to YouTube and type in Senator John Kennedy. He is absolutely amazing. I don't know if I'd call him a queen, but I am a huge fan of Senator John Kennedy. If I could get to where I could start, I don't know, interviewing senators, he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of senators that I'd like to interview. You know, those senators, they would make great interviewees for my channel.
And stupid. I don't know why we have to give money to countries that hate us. They should be able to hate us for free. Looks like we're giving Lindsay Lohan the keys to the minibar. President Biden is sort of like Kevin Bacon at the end of Animal House. The cantina bar scene out of Star Wars. They wanted it like Ben wants J-Lo. I'm like Bluto in Animal House. I'm just fat, drunk, and stupid. Frankly, I can't because I can't get my head that far up my rear end. to stick it up their fact checker.
Sup,
They can
Ramsey?
kiss my ass. Somebody at the White House has been smoking the devil's lettuce, okay? We cannot run the greatest economy by putting fairy dust and unicorn urine in our cars. Urinate to get off the pot. My
Hey,
car
like this
doesn't
stream.
run off fairy dust. My car doesn't run off unicorn urine. The spending porn on pet projects. There's an enormous amount of spending porn. Next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead, call a criminal, call a meth head.
It must suck to be that dumb.
I don't mean disrespect, but the mayor needs to take her meds.
Christmas ornaments, drywall, and Jerry Epstein. Name 3 things that don't hang themselves.
Media sucked it up like a Hoover Deluxe. It'd have gone down like a fat guy on a seesaw. They didn't just go to prison for a free toaster. It was empty as a bill collector's heart.
Hey, I pinned the stream. That's the link to the actual stream on Rumble. So if you just want to go to Rumble, I mean, we're going to end up on Rumble every stream that we do the IRL stuff, right? It's better for me. It's better for you. It's just better. And I need to do some things on Rumble. I'm actually probably going to, it's going to be kind of weird, but to get fully monetized and part of the Rumble program and stuff, right? Hey, Carla, what's up? Well, you have to do, I have to raid 5 people. I've already raided twice. I have to raid somebody tonight. Also, what I need to do is I have to stream for 5 hours this month exclusively on Rumble Premium. I got to be honest with you. I really don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do, Ramsey, is play Call of Duty for 5 hours with no camera on Rumble Premium and call it a fucking stream. Probably going to do that maybe over the weekend. Holy shit. Hello, Akira. A long time no patronize. How are you doing today, lovely? It's good to see your name. How you like that? Welcome back. You like that shit? Was that good? I was going to slap my own ass, but I thought that would be maybe too much.
Man, you're
And easier
waffling
to
like a
coordinate.
bank catfish.
You think that Universal Injunctions taste like pumpkin pie.
Sometimes when I feel inadequate, and I do, I just look around. Now hold on just a
Oh, I thought I heard something else.
If you're sitting there watching this fine piece of entertainment and you ain't subscribed to the Baby News Network yet, well, that's like buying a biscuit and forgetting the gravy. Go on and hit that button. It won't bite you. Trust in God, but tie up your camel. I want to thank all of
Yeah, Akira, I'm not sure when the last time you were around, but look, I moved. That's how long you've been away. I got a house now, so no more apartment life for me. No more neighbors. You know what the best part is? Here's the best part. Listen, look. Seriously, for everyone that lives in an apartment, and if you've never lived in a house, like a single family home, here's the best part. It's so quiet. Ain't nobody above me. You know, like tap dancing and shit. Ain't no maintenance man gonna just knock on my door for like a fire alarm inspection and some bullshit. I don't have to fight to go get a parking space. I don't. Oh. Here's the big one. I don't have to run out and manually open the fucking gate because the gate code doesn't work and the gate's broken. $1,700 a month and the gate never fucking worked. For 7 years I lived there. Arturo, I don't know him that well, Joe. I spoke to him. He came into the stream. I came into his. I went to his stream. He went to my stream. We're friends, acquaintances, sort of. But I don't really know him all that well to answer that question. I would imagine. Look, Joe. It's sort of like the wrestling thing too. This is my real personality. I just turned the volume up for the stream. I'm already animated. I really am like this. But if we were having lunch, I wouldn't be all like, oh, mega, Trump. It's just for the stream, you know? Like you amp it up for the stream. You want to watch a streamer, and I just, hey guys, welcome to the stream. Let's watch the video. Is that how you want me to be? You want me to be just like, yeah. How you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah, Polly, I'm really excited to see you. That's boring as shit. Or like the worst is when the streamer just doesn't say anything. People say I talk too much, but isn't that what this is? You ever watched an Asmongold stream? Or like Matt Morris? He talks the whole damn time. They both talk nonstop. I like Arturo. Arturo's
You who
dope. He's
waved
cool. I watch his
with
stream
all
quite a
five
bit.
fingers. That food in Washington, it tastes like cardboard marinated in fishbowl water, man. And he said, Kennedy, I will not send you $5,000 to run for Attorney General. But I will send you $5,000 to see a psychiatrist. They have unleashed spirits they cannot control. I think most people are truthful. I play poker with friends sometimes. They're all friends, but you know what? I always cut the cards. Those people need to pop a Zoloft. It's like the game room in a mental hospital. Nervous as a pregnant nun. It's hard to believe that anyone can fit that much stupid into their head. Anybody that tells you that they know what the short-term impact of these tariffs is going to be on the economy has been homeschooled by a day drinker. Hey, cops, just because they're cops, you don't know anything about them, then next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. If we're still shut down in 2 weeks, my suggestion is that we lock Thune and Schumer into a room with Katie Porter and tell them they can't come out till they make a deal. I will not let you down. I'd rather drink weed killer. Loved high school. Some people didn't. I loved it. I really cared about two things, basketball and cheerleaders. I wasn't very good at either one, but I had fun trying. Either accept peace or we're going to slap you to Pluto. And Chuck is polling, he's polling right up there with clubbing baby seals. The loon wing of his party are a bunch of loons. But I think his testicles are on back order from China. We don't need more gun control. We need more idiot control. We're just a bunch of smelly Walmart shoppers. He loves spending taxpayer money. He loves it like the devil loves sin. The Democrats' favorite form of spending is more. When I was growing up, everybody was a Democrat. You could fit the Republican Party in a phone booth. Chuck and Hakeem need to go to Amazon, buy some testicles, and stand up to the loon wing of their party. Everything is going to be free. You know, free education, free health care, free housing, free love, free kittens. I don't know. I just found it bizarre. We were in the middle of a bar fight, and they'd try to quote Socrates. If President Trump came out in favor of breathing to live, the moon wing of the Democratic Party would start holding their breath. Maybe we could send an American barber over and help Kim Jong-un with his hairdo. I shouldn't have said that about Kim Jong-un. His haircut's really nice. Follow her heart. I also say very respectfully, I want her to take her brain with you. They need to paddle their own canoe. I'm cheap. I'm tight. I squeak when I walk, man. The brain is an amazing organ. It starts working in a mother's womb, and it doesn't stop working until you get elected to Congress. This country was founded by geniuses, but it's being run by a bunch of idiots. Roses are red. Political love is fake. Washington weddings are just funerals with cake. Probably have to pay your doctor to get the medication. I mean, that's a special kind of stupid. When you have hypothermia, you don't strip naked and run in the snow. Right. As I've said about her before, I think she's the reason there are directions on a shampoo bottle. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Republicans aren't perfect, but the other side is crazy. These people are about 10 exits past normal. The party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers. Senator Schumer never makes the same mistake twice. He makes it 5 or 6 times just to make sure he got it right. This thing you've proposed has more red flags than the Chinese embassy. Tariffs are like whiskey. A little whiskey under the right circumstances can be refreshing. Too much whiskey under the wrong circumstances, and you end up drunk as a goat. If you believe that statement, you need to go to bed. You're drunk. You're asking us to get in the van, show us the candy first. Being against infrastructure is like being against golden retrievers. If you think this is an infrastructure bill, you probably better stay away from sharp objects. But she believes in open borders. Making her the illegal immigration czar is like making El Chapo the drug czar. You can say that, and maybe even believe that 2 plus 2 equals 5, but just because you say it doesn't make it true. I'll do old man backflips if they'll work with us, but I don't have my hopes up. I mean, either he's lying or he's lost. And as best I can tell, Mr. Manfred just wet his pants in delight. No disrespect, but that's just a special kind of stupid. I want extra time, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Kennedy providing color commentary throughout my question.
I will be happy to.
I hope I meet the threshold.
You do meet it, and I talk in the book about the tattoo of the Backstreet Boys on your back.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. I want to start out by addressing the loss of life that we saw here in Minneapolis today. Any loss of life is a tragedy, and I think all of us can agree that in this situation it was preventable. I've spoken to the president today on the situation here on the ground. I also just got off the phone a little while ago with Governor Walz and spoke to him as well. I want to reiterate first with all of you the facts of what happened today. At 10:25 a.m. Central Time, Immigration and Customs Enforcement were carrying out lawful operations here in Minneapolis. Because of the adverse weather that Minneapolis has seen in recent snow, one of the vehicles became stuck and ensnared in the snow. Law enforcement were attempting to push out this vehicle, and when a mob of agitators that were harassing them all day began blocking them in, shouting at them, and impeding law enforcement operations. ICE officers and agents approached the vehicle of the individual in question, who was blocking the officers in with her vehicle, and she had been stalking and impeding their work all throughout the day. ICE agents repeatedly ordered her to get out of the car and to stop obstructing law enforcement, but she refused to obey their commands. She then proceeded to weaponize her vehicle, and she attempted to run a law enforcement officer over. This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism. The ICE officer, fearing for his life and the other officers around him and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training to save his own life and that of his colleagues. He was treated at a local hospital, has been released, and is now with family. I encourage the American people at this point in time to pray for him, but also to pray for the deceased's family and her loved ones.
Joe, you're fucking wrong. There was I've seen, we're going to watch the video too. We're going to watch it, Joe. There's absolutely, you say that, Joe, until it's like your family member who's the ICE agent who's almost got, what's the alternative? Let her back up and just keep going back and forth and running. Joe, look, what if, Joe, what if we're in the middle of the street, right? You're not an officer. I'm not an officer of any kind. What if we're in the middle of the street, Joe, and you run me over with your car and you try to run me over, and you miss? You think you should go to jail for that? You think that's attempted murder? What's the difference between attempting to run someone over with your car and shooting a bullet just past their head? What's the difference? No, she didn't run. She tried to run him over. That's what happens. She should have stayed her ass at home and watched my fucking stream, or watched T-Spy's stream, or watched somebody's stream. She should have stayed her ass at home. She was 10 feet. No, she wasn't. They told her to get out of the car. A federal agent instructs you to get out of the car. You fucking listen. You don't drive off. Holy crap, that looks so good. I just made something for Tommy on ChatGPT. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I have to share it with you guys. I'm going to share it with you guys.
Today alone in this country, there have been 4 different domestic terrorist attacks on federal officers by the ramming of vehicles. 3 of them happened here in Minneapolis. We've seen over 100 of these vehicle rammings happen in just recent weeks, and this must stop. ICE alone is facing a 1,300% increase in assaults against them and an 8,000% increase in death threats against all of them. In fact, the very same officer who was attacked today had previously been dragged by an anti-ICE rioter who had rammed him with a car and drug him back in June. He sustained injuries at that time as well. And let me remind you why we're all here in this city today and why we've been here. In communities across this country and here in Minneapolis, we're just enforcing the laws that we have in this country. For years under President Biden, tens of millions of dangerous criminal illegal aliens, terrorists, and suspected terrorists were allowed to invade our country over our southern border. They were allowed to steal, to defraud, and to perpetuate violence against American citizens. Regardless of who your mayor or who your governor is, President Trump promised every single American that he would make America safe again. He promised every single American that he would work to protect them from dangerous criminals. Since Governor Walz has been in charge of Minnesota, we have seen homicides go up by over 50%. That's also during Mayor Frye's tenure as well. Since President Trump took office, Governor Walz has released over 470 violent criminals back onto the streets here in Minneapolis. He has another 680 of them still within his jurisdiction that he could give to us today to face the consequences for their crimes. Because Governor Walz and Mayor Frye refuse to protect Minnesotans, and instead they protect these criminals, that's why we are here. And we didn't just show up yesterday.
That's a pretty good idea.
Been here. But we're surging operations because of the dangerous situation we see in this country.
Yeah, she is
because
very
we're no
easy to
longer
look
going
at.
to allow illegal criminals to damage and harm, to kill, to sexually abuse, to proliferate drugs, and to steal American taxpayers' dollars. This state has faced unprecedented immigration fraud. It's seen unprecedented benefit fraud. Individuals were allowed to come into this country and set up fake companies and fake nonprofits and divert billions of dollars away from American citizens and those vulnerable citizens who truly needed the services from those programs. This city has burned before, and your mayor and your governor let it happen. President Trump is not going to let that happen. He and our federal law enforcement officers are here to bring peace and to bring public safety and to ensure that criminal activity is stopped and that people who perpetuate it will face consequences. Since we have been here in recent weeks, we have arrested over 1,500 criminals off of the streets. Our law enforcement has arrested murderers, known and suspected terrorists, child pedophiles, and other brutal criminals that were protected here in this city. We should all work together to protect our citizens. We should all protect the men and the women and the families who live here in Minneapolis, who live in Minnesota, and live throughout this entire country. I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank you for focusing on the important work that our federal officers do and make sure that we're focused on the priorities of this country, and that's making sure that we're keeping people safe. With that, I'll take any questions that you may have.
Secretary, no, Mayor Frye called the claims of self-defense BS. How do you respond to that?
I say that he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's very clear that this individual was harassing and impeding law enforcement operations. Our officer followed his training, did exactly what he's been taught to do in that situation, and took actions to defend himself and defend his fellow law enforcement officers.
Secretary, can you expand too on the agent's injuries? The president said that he's lucky to be alive.
The officer was hit by the vehicle. She hit him. He went to the hospital. A doctor did treat him. He has been released, but he's going to spend some time with his family.
Can you clarify whether he was 54 after the shots were fired?
I can't, but the FBI will continue the investigation
Mickey
and
Mo.
release more facts when it's appropriate.
We're gonna leer today, guys.
No, we're following the standard protocol procedures we do in situations like this. When there's an officer-involved shooting, we make sure that we get the facts and that we are getting the statements from everybody involved and make sure that investigators are handling the decisions.
Secretary, have ICE operations paused because of what happened today?
No, we're still out on the streets doing our work to get dangerous criminals off of the streets of Minneapolis.
Can you tell any insight into the conversation with the governor?
You know, Tim and I have known each other for years. We served in Congress together. We both ran for governor the same year and have served as governor at the same times. So we were colleagues, and we discussed what happened here today. We have two very different viewpoints of it. I talked specifically about the fact that we have laws. They need to be enforced. He knows that I believe sanctuary policies have protected criminals and placed a priority of them over the citizens that live here, and he knows we'll continue to do our work, and I encouraged him to work with us. We've never had a cooperative arrangement with law enforcement here. Whenever we've done investigations, whenever we've done police work, when we've been doing what we can to bring people to justice for the crimes that they commit, we haven't had the cooperation of the state of Minnesota or the city police here under the mayor's direction. If you talk to any of these federal law enforcement officers, they'll say that when they call for backup in a situation, that it's hit and miss. They were grateful today that the police chief and local law enforcement showed up at the scene and helped secure it to make sure that nobody was harmed and that the FBI could do their work. But I would encourage them to work with us, that we could form a partnership that would make sure that individuals have the opportunity to have a safe Minneapolis.
Secretary, will body
Over here.
Do you stand behind the use of force, and will any of those use of force guidelines be altered or changed in the future?
You know, it's clearly established law that a vehicle driven by a person and used to harm someone is a deadly weapon. Deadly force is perfectly lawful when a threat is faced by a weapon. So I do believe that.
Paul, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I'm gonna need one of those Tommy cards, my man. Start praying immediately. Hell yeah. Hey, I might. That's somebody had a good idea. I should make a whole set. I'll make Rebel one too. Maybe I'll make myself one. You know, arrogance increases 100% or something like that. I'll make Polly one where like the special ability, like ghosts fly out of her ass or some shit. We'll figure it out.
Officer used his training in this
make a
situation,
whole set of them.
and we'll let the FBI continue the investigation.
Make all the Knicks one, Nick Shirley one.
I know you keep asking that, but that doesn't mean that the FBI is going to give you an answer today. There will be an investigation. We want to make sure that it's factual. What I would ask is that as we go forward from here today, that we all remember that our job is to have peaceful discussions. I encourage our local law enforcement and state law enforcement to work with us. We are going to continue to operate here in Minneapolis and in the state of Minnesota to make sure we're going after dangerous criminals.
Well,
one of the key focuses.
Hold on. Magic the guy, you know, you got bad, crappy cards too. You know, script sprites and shit like that. I could make a Chan Diddler. I could actually call it Chan Diddler. I could make a Pam Tifa card. I could make a Mace Face card. I could make all kinds of. Captain Jerry's getting a card. Why wouldn't I, right? Shane, don't. Hey, Pac-Man, thank you so much for joining as a member. I appreciate that. We have a members only Discord. Somebody can help you get the link to it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I will. If I make a whole set, I got to make everybody. Sorry, Will. I got to do it.
That we've had here is a focus on individuals who are sexual predators and are involved in child exploitation. When I was just here yesterday, we arrested.
I got a great idea. You know the what's his name? Rylan, right? I got an idea for Rylan. I get a picture of Rylan, and on the card, I turn a picture of Ash Ketchum with Pikachu and put Rylan's face on Ash's face and turn him. That's his card. This is a good idea. This is a really good idea.
individuals who were charged with criminal assault and sexual assault and people that exploited children. Why would you want to keep them on your streets?
What is Mace Face?
President Trump
Mace
has
Face is a
promised to go
person.
after
Oh,
the worst
Travis.
of the
Yeah,
worst,
yeah.
And that's exactly what we're doing in Minneapolis by not working with us. Governor Walz and Mayor Fryer.
What is Mace Face? Mace Face. Okay. Let me see if I can say this properly. The term Mace Face is directly linked to a girl that goes out to the Portland ICE protest on the side of Antifa, and she thinks that she's really hot, but she's like a 1, maybe 1.5, like on a really good day. And she keeps getting maced every time she how many times in a row has she gotten maced? She got maced like several times in a row. So now they call her Mace Face because she didn't handle it very well here. Like a lemon, you know what I mean? Steven Stewart, $10. Chandler, shitty type move. Lets people use his toilet without wiping. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. See, I need your help with this. The Mace Face one will need a protective cover so you don't get any diseases from it. That's or it's like, it's like an aggressive card. It's like a Magic the Gathering card. So it had to be something where like Mace Face, like she's vulnerable to mace damage, but like if she touches you, like your skin like starts to die. Like the girl Rogue, what was her name? What's the girl on X-Men? Rogue, is that Rogue? The one where you, if she touches you, your skin falls the fuck apart. Clyde, you weren't on last night. Do you have a schedule? Nah. Paul, hi, Colleen. What's up? I don't really have a schedule. I try to stream like 4 or 5 days a week. It's hard for me because I have a kid. I'm a single parent and I have a full-time job. So at the current moment, I'm trying to stream every other day. Like I didn't stream yesterday, so I probably won't stream tomorrow, but I'll stream Friday. I don't know. That's a good question. I gotta have to figure out like an absolute locked in schedule. Class, stop talking about your girl. Ugh. No, my gal. I haven't even covered my gal. I haven't even seen what my girl Jazzy's been up to this week. I gotta get a little update on Jazzy all the time. My girl Jazzy always doing some dumb shit, man. Someone had the idea. I'm telling Tommy, hold on, someone had the idea to make a set of Patriot cards. I'm gonna do it. Even make a Chandler, Mace Face, Pam Tifa, and Will. All right. Sorry about that.
Including those criminals and prioritizing them over our children and our grandchildren.
I can't breathe.
And that's simply not true. He said that to me on the phone too, so I'll get him the documentation that he needs.
What year did
so
George
that
Floyd
he
die?
knows that we would love to coordinate with him. He doesn't give us access to any
2020.
information
Hey
on criminals.
hey guys, did you know that George Floyd, he died in 2020? You know what that means, right? You know what that means? George Floyd has been drug-free for 5 years. 6 years. Oh, 6. I can't count. 6 years. He's been drug-free for 6 years. That's a big accomplishment. Shout out to George Floyd.
Us know who he's detained, doesn't honor our detainers, and has individuals and criminals in his jurisdiction that he won't turn over us today too. Yes.
You mentioned that the officer involved today was once before raped by a vehicle. Can you explain the difference between that instance and today? Was a firearm discharged?
I've been sober.
What was the big difference?
I won't speak to that case right now, but
Like
we can get you
24
the
years.
details and the information on that. But the facts of the matter is he's an experienced officer. He's been in situations like this before, and he certainly has been out there and followed his training today.
Given the threat of vehicle encounters, are you going to change the way things?
You know, people need to stop using their vehicles as weapons.
Are you going to change the
This domestic act of terrorism to use your vehicle to try to kill law enforcement officers is going to stop. And I'm asking the Department of Justice to prosecute it as domestic terrorism because it's clear that it's being coordinated. People are being trained and told how to use their vehicles to impede law enforcement operations and then to run over anybody who gets
Sorry,
in
you need
their
to make a
way
card with
while
panties
they
and
go
Richard.
out
Yeah,
there and
yeah,
try
yeah.
to disrupt peace and
Tony
public
P.
safety. And Americans deserve better.
Make a wheel card. I make a William card.
That
You don't
hasn't
give
been a
fuck?
part of the discussion. I know Governor Walz mentioned some of that earlier in his press conference.
You gonna
but,
dox my old
you know,
address?
we've got law enforcement officers here that will continue to work, and we're hopeful that the public recognizes that the work that we do every day makes America safe again.
Can you give
With
insight
that,
into the operation that was happening at 34th and Portland?
we had law enforcement officers that were out there doing
Hey,
enforcement action.
play stupid
and
games,
they-
play it,
a
you win
vehicle
stupid
got stuck in
prizes,
the snow,
Colleen.
And so they had called
I'm
for
sorry
other
somebody
people to
died too,
come
but
and help them get that vehicle out. Those officers were trying to free the vehicle when the
Good, Craig.
harassment started.
That's good for my
when
channel.
the protesters were out there impeding
talking
their
to Tommy
vehicles
right
and
now.
preventing them from leaving the scene.
he might actually show up in here.
I won't speak to that.
Steven Stewart, $2. Mace face moves. Non-weakness mace and no cigarette.
I will let
Thank
the
you so much,
FBI
man, for the super
decide.
chat. Appreciate it.
Were they on target today?
Colleen,
They were
yeah, they just found a
returning
new
back to
thing to
headquarters,
bitch
I
about in
believe, to
Portland.
start a new operation. Had just completed one. Well, thank you. What's that?
Pac-Man, I'm gonna make everybody.
I was one of the vehicles
make
that
all of
ICE
them.
officers were using. But remember, when we operate in a task force model. So we have other federal agencies that work with us, and we're
Hey,
very
Rebby, are you
grateful
over
for
the
that.
age of
we
40?
Have CBP officers, the FBI, DEA, ATF, all of those all work with us every day in a task force model, and we appreciate it. We'd love to have the state police, and we'd also love to have the Minneapolis police chief and his team be alongside of us while we're out there doing those enforcement operations.
Oh, Mike,
With that,
really?
we'll get you more
So-
information as it is revealed, but thank you and everybody. Let's work together to make sure that we can continue to.
So I do stream at night, King Solomon. The thing you're probably missing is that I can no longer stream the IRL Tommy outside stuff on YouTube. So what we're doing is we're streaming right now I'm live both on YouTube and Rumble. And so if King Solomon, this is for you. But if you go to the link that's pinned at the top of the stream, it's my other stream. It's the Rumble that's live right now. You can go and so later on tonight, Portland's going to pop off IRL stuff. We're going to close down the YouTube and all be on Rumble. So you might have been looking for us and we were live, but we were only live on Rumble. And it's just climatic. So you just click on the link at the top of the chat that's pinned and you're going to go right to the stream and you're going to be able to follow me over on Rumble, and it's free. There's no money involved in that. I'm done. Portland got to cash them all, yo. So they broke the windows out of the town hall. It's gonna get spicy tonight and every night. Oh wow. Well, I think that people were just having their holidays, and now the fun's gonna begin. Really. Well, okay. Trying to download app. Yeah, there's an app for your TV, King Solomon. There. It's the same thing as YouTube. You don't have to spend any money. If you want to make an account, you can. It's free. It's just like YouTube. It's just like YouTube. The reason we're doing that for 3 reasons. Number one, Rumble, the video quality is better. Rumble, the sound is better. And a Rumble is a free speech platform where things that will get me demonetized and my channel removed on YouTube are perfectly fine for Rumble. So it's better for me. It's better for everyone watching if we could just go to Rumble that way. Because I was having to like stop it and mute the music and freaking out. And people are like, "Oh, Climatics is such a jackass about the music." It's not me. I'm trying to get I'm trying not to get my channel taken down. You know what I mean? Like several of our friends. Remember BDF Blaze? Remember that guy? Yeah, he doesn't have a channel anymore. Spin City News. He's not monetized on YouTube anymore. It's because of the IRL shit. So, long explanation, but that's why. Colleen, usually about like 8 o'clock, but it really depends on Tommy. I'm actually talking to him right now. It depends on what time he's going to go out there, when he goes live and everything. Jim Joe, yeah, I saw that. We're just waiting for him to go live. So we'll see what Tommy's doing. Maybe if we can't, I don't like streaming the spaces, but I did like streaming it when Tommy was the host. That was good. Because then it's all about him, and I can just kind of sit there. If he's not going to go out, we can always end the stream, go over to Rumble, and just stream the space with Tommy. So I think that would be a good way. Let me tell him that if he's not going to go out tonight, let's do a space.
Be safer, get more criminals off the streets, and that our public has the opportunity to pursue the American dream in a city they can be proud of. Thank you.
Okay, is that it? All right, that's it for this one now. Now, in case you missed what was happening, okay, we won't watch this one, maybe later. Okay, so let's see what this, hey, Polly, it's your best friend. Let's see what this schmuck has to say, and then we're going to watch the actual video of everything. I wanted to cover the people and then watch the video. We're going to kind of do it backwards, but here it is. Here's your boy, Polly. That's your boss. He's in charge of you, Polly.
Today I'm joined by Department of Public Safety Commissioner
King Solomon, thanks.
And Colonel Schaefer of the Minnesota National Guard and Colonel Bogojevic of the Minnesota State Patrol.
Okay.
This morning we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We have been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this. I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Colleen, I wish they would arrest somebody. Seriously. For real, I wish they would arrest somebody, man. They got to arrest somebody. Like, he didn't know about all the fraud? Really? He didn't know? Really?
We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community. They're business owners. They're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans.
Hey, I know we're listening to this, but you want to hear a hot take? I got a hot take about something that's right above me. Don't get mad. I have real reasons, and it's legit reasons. And seriously, it's not sexism. It's not. Here's a hot take. I don't think women should be cops at all. I don't think women should fucking be cops at all. You know why? A couple reasons. Number one, that puts the most important group of people, like mothers, in harm's way. Your life is in danger when you're a police officer. Canada is watching. Thanks for the 2 loonies. What's wrong with the sign language I was just thinking the same thing. Like she's on some sort of drugs, you know? So the other reason is it's not fair to the officer to be called to detain and calm down a pissed off, drunk 6'4" guy. It's also not fair to someone who needs help that calls the police and gets that. You think, look how big, Tim Walsh is not a big guy. Look how big she is compared to, you think that she could pull out like Tommy, like a guy who's 6'2", something like that. You know, I'm not a big person, but somebody who's bigger like that, like a 6'4", 6'5" big man. You think she could stop him from doing something? No. And then, you know, women are very emotional. Sorry. They tend to make decisions based on emotions. It's not generally speaking, that's a very good thing. Generally speaking, that's what the nurturing mother role of the woman is. But when you're in a situation where your logic is being outweighed by your emotions, in a situation where like there's a gun involved and somebody's life is at risk, I just don't think that I don't think that we should allow women to be put in harm's way like that. I don't think we should allow them to be. And then there's another thing. Any woman who is a cop is dying for the respect and admiration and camaraderie of her fellow officers. So no woman gets into her femininity to go be a cop. She has to get into her masculine energy. And how many people are friends with cops who are not cops? I don't have any friends that are cops. I'm not anti-cop, but I don't have any friends. Usually cops, they hang out with other cops. So if you're a female cop and you're hanging out with other cops, then you are not Sarah or Jessica. Sorry to use your name, Jessica. Or you're not, Tiffany or some girl name. You are Rodriguez or Martinez or Johnson. Come over here, Johnson, name a beer. Hey, shots. But so you're trying to hide your femininity to be one of the boys at work. Meanwhile, garnering respect not only from your fellow officers, but also from the public. When you show up somewhere, you don't want anybody to go, oh, fucking woman, shut up. You want them to look at you as a police officer. You know what I mean? So it just seems there's nothing good that can come out of that. Then you're living your life. So if you are a cop, you hang out with cops, you're probably going to marry a cop at some point. The only people that want to hang out with you are cops, unless they're old friends of yours, because nobody wants to be friends like that. You don't want to go to a barbecue and go over to a new friend's house and everybody there is like a cop because they're a cop and they only hang out with cops. So when you're doing all that, then you're in your masculine energy. So if you work 12-hour shifts and you're in your masculine energy during that whole entire fucking 12-hour shift, and then you get off of work and you hang out with people, you go out to the bar with a drink with your fellow compadres from work after a long shift, you go get a drink, whatever. Now you're hanging out with cops. You can't go and be a cop and be taken seriously and then get off duty and go put on a cute little sundress and whatever and some lacy whatevers and then go out to meet your coworkers for drinks at the bar. It doesn't work that way. You can't do that. You can, but then you won't be a cop anymore. So I know that was a long-winded thing, but hot take, I just don't think women should be cops. No, it's not me. If Jesse, if it's frozen, why don't you refresh YouTube, leave, come back into the stream. It's not you, it's not me, it's YouTube. YouTube's, yeah.
Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight. We will not take the bait. We will continue to update you, Minnesota, as we get more information. Now I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Bob Jacobson of the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Who got raided?
Thank you, Governor.
Oh,
As
did
the Governor
Spin
mentioned,
City
my name
News
is Bob
raid me?
Jacobson. It is my honor to serve as the Commissioner of the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. First of all, I want to acknowledge the reason that we are all here. The loss of life is not anything anyone would ever want. We fully expect that the community will want to peacefully demonstrate their anger or frustration.
What?
Minnesota residents and visitors have the right to peacefully demonstrate. We recognize that demonstrations are often driven by strong emotions.
Oh, I got raided from Spin City News. Hell yeah. Shout out to Spin City News. Oh, on Rumble and you. Oh, okay. That's dope, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And certainly a desire to be heard. Our role
is to
help ensure everyone can express themselves without anyone getting hurt. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety's role through the Minnesota State Patrol is to ensure safety, protect constitutional rights, keep roads accessible, and above all, to prevent harm. Our top priority is public safety. Our focus is keeping demonstrators, community members, drivers, and law enforcement safe, especially during moments of heightened tension or uncertainty. Demonstrations must remain safe and lawful, particularly around roadways. We will join with our partners to support safety while respecting the right to protest. With that in mind, I'd like to share a few safe and lawful ways to demonstrate. Minnesotans can safely and legally express their views in many ways, including getting together peacefully with others in public spaces, marching or walking, not on roadways, making your voice heard through chants, speeches, and displaying signs, being present in public areas where pedestrians are allowed, gathering in designated or permitted areas, and these actions will allow people to express themselves while protecting the safety of everyone involved. Unsafe or illegal actions could result in fines or arrests. Certain behaviors create serious hazards that threaten public safety.
Or a gunshot to the face because you tried to run over a federal fucking agent.
Disrupt emergency services or put people at risk. These actions could result in fines or arrest. Demonstrating on or entering a freeway on foot, walking on highways, throwing objects.
You think the sign language interpreter is a liberal?
Starting or setting fires, damaging property or graffiti, using illegal fireworks, displaying or using illegal weapons, reckless or dangerous driving, especially near
reckless or dangerous driving? Did he really just have the fucking balls to say that?
Pedestrians, and certainly assaultive, aggressive, or riotous behavior toward anyone. We all want definitive answers to what happened today. Our Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is working in conjunction with the FBI to investigate this morning's shooting. As you know, we don't comment on active investigations, but also keep in mind that this is an investigation that is also in its infancy. So any speculation about what had happened would be just that. And we will not engage in speculation. With that, I will turn it back over to the governor. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. We'd be glad to take any questions. Yeah, and I could let I can let General Schaefer talk about this. It so happens it's a training weekend. We've got about 7,500 troops in training at our sites, training sites across the state. What it is, and in the National Guard, you give a warning order, which is a heads up of something could be coming. That just allows people to think about what they would need, what it would mean to mobilize, what it would mean to put them in. And I could let the General talk a little bit about this. Obviously, since the summer of 2020, we had a lot of work done on teams being ready to make sure that civil unrest, and what that means, and I think Commissioner Jacobson was very clear, and I want Minnesotans to hear this from me. The desire to get out and protest and to speak up to this administration of how wrong this is, that is a patriotic duty at this point in time, but it needs to be done safely. And I think the commissioner simply just laid out some of those parameters. We can do that. This is the peaceful resistance that we need. Simon, you want to say a few things about what that means to have them on the ready?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Governor. So for the military, Minnesota National Guard is comprised of 13,000 soldiers and airmen. We live all across and work throughout Minnesota. A warning order is just an initial step to increase your preparations. The Minnesota Guard is always prepared to respond and support state agencies and the citizens of Minnesota. So what that means for us today is just some additional checks on equipment that is ready at all times, and maybe some additional phone calls to service members who might be activated, but no activations. We are embedded with our state agencies here at the Operations Center to just continue parallel planning in the event that we are needed to support.
Thanks, General. And I would make note, Mary, and to Minnesotans on this about the National Guard, they're there to protect you and protect your constitutional rights. These are our neighbors. They don't wear masks. They don't bust in from somewhere else. They're not here to cause hassles to you, or what we saw today, the tragedy. Having them at the ready to make sure, because when we see these types of things happen, and we saw it after the murder of George Floyd, there's folks that want to cause chaos. There's the disruptors in it. And while the vast majority of those protests were peaceful expressions of their First Amendment rights, there were those that destroyed property and put people at risk. The National Guard is there to make sure that peaceful protests are able to be done, and that those that want to do the destruction are stopped from doing that. Yes.
What is your threshold for activating the National Guard? You're talking about large-scale demonstrations, but the demonstrations at these ice raids have been increasing in tension to the point where we saw one shot people today.
Yeah, and I think apparently by a federal agent, not by Minnesotans who were there to express their First Amendment rights. I think we've seen this to have folks ready. The gatherings that were down there today, I think this shocked everyone. People showed up as they should. There's people putting flowers down on a memorial. There's people expressing their anger. It's just as these situations develop, we decide when we need to move these people out. And I think the local reporters know well on this. Both unfortunately and for us, the upside of this is that we're very good and we've had practice at this. And I just want to, again, implore Minnesotans, I am not telling you not to express your anger or your frustrations or the outrage that we have. Look, this was totally predictable, as I said it yesterday, and it was totally avoidable. And I just want to remind you, too, that local law enforcement, we get no coordination. They don't tell us they're coming. They don't say why they're sending the largest deployment in American history to Minneapolis. They're not making us any safer. We don't have any of that coordination. They should be talking to us when we do these things. Let us know we're going to be down here. This is going to happen. We don't have that. So when you see local law enforcement or state patrol, or if it would take the National Guard, we're there responding to the chaos they've created too, but our role is to make sure that we're protecting Minnesotans so that something like this doesn't happen. I have not. The question was, have I spoken to the individual's family? No, we do not have a definitive ID on this individual. And I'm going to note to all of you, I think it's really important, and the professionals do this, and they train me to do this. This is an open investigation. You need to be very careful about it. I know that many of you, myself included, have seen a very difficult video to watch, one where there's a family member watched their family member be shot and killed in front of them. It's beyond me that apparently from the federal government, from the Homeland Security Director herself, has already determined who this person was, what their motive was, and they hadn't even been taken out of the vehicle. We're not living in a normal world. And so, no, I have not. And I want to be very careful because I know how painful this is. I know how painful it is right now. I'm saying person and all that. This is a human being. This very well is an individual's child, a parent, and we don't know that yet. So, no, I have not. But once we do, we will. So, yes. Please. Colonel, would you like to do that? Colonel?
So the governor was mentioning mobilizing more of the state patrol. How many state patrol people are on the ground in Minneapolis right now? And should there have been more state patrol people on the ground a couple of weeks ago when ICE came?
So the question was, how many state patrol troopers have been deployed to the city of Minneapolis? Right now, we don't talk typical numbers because that is considered security information. We do have a specialized team that does deal with crowd control, and so they have been deployed. But again, they are from all over the state of Minnesota, so they will come in tiers to the state.
And they had already been on the ground to some extent before today?
No, it was in response to this event.
I'm sorry. What was it? Well, I said this yesterday. We've never been at war with our federal government. I think in this case that the National Guard is their main mission. They have a dual mission. There's the federal mission when they're under Title 10 orders, and then they're under Title 32 orders. In this warning order, there's nothing officially been done yet. If I am to activate them as the Commander-in-Chief of the Minnesota National Guard, I will issue the executive order to the Minnesota National Guard, and then they will be put in state duty status. And as you've seen over the last few years, that could be flood prevention, that could be after a wind-blowing storm up in the north, up in Bemidji, or it could be COVID or George Floyd response. In this case, again, it doesn't necessarily change the mission. They're there to protect Minnesotans. They're there to serve Minnesotans. I think the thing that is so challenging in the moment we're in is we don't see a desire to work with us on public safety. We hear a demonization of our state. We see people coming in who don't know our community, and we see this massive display for the TVs that we're trying to understand how is this coordinated. And some of you watch the videos on there, total chaos. And look, I have very limited work in this is the training in the National Guard, but I've had a lot of training now to watch how our professionals operate. After this person was shot, federal agents milling around, touching the vehicle at a crime scene and things. I don't know what to tell you.
She got court tomorrow.
I don't quite know how to respond to the question other than my primary responsibility as governor is the protection of the people of Minnesota. And
hey, remember what I told you guys about my ex? Guess what judge she has?
You can be assured whether it's the State Patrol or whether it's the National Guard, their deployment is there to protect Minnesotans from whatever it is. If it's an act of nature, if it's a global pandemic, or in this case, if it is a rogue federal agent. I don't know at this time, and I want to be very careful.
Yeah, that's where I live, Kratos.
That
That's
we
the
have
city
the
I live
federal
in.
government's already determined exactly what's happened here and the motives of an individual that we don't even know the name. They don't know the name, and that's very difficult. So, well, one more, Dana. Dana. Look, and I understand the uniqueness of this moment in this week, following this week, seeing what's happening in the backdrop of a show hearing in D.C. My job is to govern, and my job is to see what the facts are. this happened a couple of hours ago, and we're already pitting American against American. All of you saw a video in your eyes. We have a chaotic situation caused by the largest deployment in American history of federal agents into a community with no communication to locals. We had a chaotic situation where an individual is in their car, shot and killed. And so, look, I want to be very cautious here, because Donald Trump will make this about me. He will make this about politics. This is about public safety, and this is about normalcy. To Americans who are watching this, if you're in Portland or you're in LA or you're in Chicago or you're wherever they're coming next, stand with us. Stand with us against this. This was so preventable, so unnecessary, and I don't know. I hope. Maybe we're at the McCarthy moment. Do you have no decency? Do you have no decency? We have someone dead in their car for no reason whatsoever, and I don't want to be right about this, but I said if they do this, they're going to create a chaotic situation where someone innocent's going to get killed, and they did it. And now we hear more political rhetoric. Enough is enough. And so to Minnesotans, don't take the bait. Do not take the bait. Do not allow them to deploy federal troops in.
What stops the snowball from having a rock in the middle of it?
To here. Do not allow them to invoke the Insurrection Act. Do not allow them to declare martial law. Do not allow them to lie about the security and the decency of this state. And let's let this investigation play itself out. Let's make sure we protect our neighbors. I encourage you to use your First Amendment rights and all of your constitutional rights, but do so in a peaceful manner. We'll gather back with you as soon as we gather more information that needs to be put out. But again, stay safe, Minnesotans, and we'll be back with you. Thank you, Bob.
This is a very good video. I watched it earlier because he was live, but we're going to watch this. But I just wanted to show you this real quick. This is how socialism works, guys, just so we're clear. Okay? If I have $1 and you have $20, then I have $21. Everybody clear on that? All right, it's Teaspoon. No, it's my friend T-Sply, guys. Shout out to T-Sply. I'm going to turn off this thumbnail so we can see his, because he goes everywhere but the corner that I'm in, I think. So Polly, what did I miss something? Because I've been watching this stuff. Did I miss something? Why are you mad? What did I do? Well, Cammy, it doesn't really matter if the snow stays after it's been thrown, right? The snow is used as an act of subterfuge. Oh, just watching your governor. Yeah. See, I don't have that problem. We do have a guy here that's a dumb shit. His name is Dan Patrick. I don't know if you know who that is, but this guy is a fucking idiot. He's taken over like $3 million from big alcohol and big pharma, and in the same sentence tells you how bad marijuana is for you. Oh, Tin Man, I'm already on Rumble right now. We're streaming on both. When we switch over to Rumble, I don't do anything on Rumble. All I do is turn off the YouTube stream. So yeah, we're live on Rumble right now. Hi, Rumble. I could, if somebody threw it hard enough, they could give you a concussion with a butterfinger. A lot of things can be used as a weapon. You think they take a Snickers bar, throw it in the freezer. Oh, you know what we used to do? The night before paintball, we would put the paintballs in the freezer. I'm gonna have to pay for that shit during the life review. That's gonna be a bitch one right there. Good Lord.
Okay. It is getting real in Minneapolis.
Chief Bovino has arrived along with Border Patrol. If you are clicking on this video, the posted video, make sure to please like the video. Make sure to please subscribe. And I want to put my disclaimer out there right now. We are getting a lot of unverified reports and a lot of verified.
I got the only concussion I ever got from wrestling was there's a dude named Austin. And he was going to come to the ring after my match. And he was going to beat me up and my opponent up. And like, he's a big dude, right? He was just going to clear the whole ring and like be a monster kind of a thing, right? So he comes out there and in the back, he said, hey, I'm a power bomb you. No problem. It's a back bump. It's easy. No problem. No problem. Power bomb. Easy. He's like 6'4". Plenty of room to fall. Hello, Alex, Electric Gaming. Plenty of room to fall. No problem, right? So he grabs me in the ring and he puts me for the power bomb. And then he pile drives me on a chair. So I got a concussion out of that.
Reports as far as a possible shooting that occurred in Minneapolis. There's a lot of reports going on, so I want to make sure we really go through this and make sure we are saying the right thing here. So that's my initial disclaimer. Just waiting for some people to roll in. Hope everyone is doing well. Now, according to local news outlets, thank you everyone for being here again. Make sure please like the stream so everybody can see what's going on. I've been enjoying doing these live streams.
Matt Morris TV just went live. Fuck, man.
Okay, so the Sahan Journal reports, breaking federal law enforcement shooting reported in South Minneapolis. Border Patrol Chief Bovino on scene. Yeah. So there's a lot of different stories going on here. The fact that Chief Bovino is there is already a very big deal. Chief Bovino is probably enemy number one as far as anti-ICE protests.
No, for fuck's sakes. I guess I should have clarified because I said Austin, not Stone Cold. This guy was like related to Gold Dust and his last name is Rhodes, Austin Rhodes. That's his name. He's not going to watch my stream, so it doesn't really matter if I tell you. But yeah, Austin Rhodes, he's like a Rhodes by marriage, related to Dusty and Gold Dust, and then what's his nuts? Cody Rhodes.
Ice rhetoric. Number two, the other big news is this shooting. Okay, so the city of Minneapolis issued a statement at 10:26 a.m. Wednesday, asking residents to stay away from a scene in South Minneapolis because of a shooting involved federal law enforcement. U.S. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino was present at the scene. To be clear, a federal agent, as of right now, what we're being told, it wasn't a federal agent that was hit. Again, unverified reporting right now is that it was somebody trying to run away. That's what people are saying on the ground in some reports. We are aware
I have a friend who looks like Stone Cold.
Enforcement near East 34th Street and Portland Avenue. Of course, it's Portland. The city said in a post on its X account, please avoid this area. Liliana Zaragoza, an associated professor at law at the University of Professor, was in the area at the time of the incident and shared her account. She says first responders were seen performing CPR on a person on the sidewalk. The person was undressed and had blood in their hair and face. Minneapolis police officials were present at the scene who told Zaragoza it was a crime scene. Yeah. I think a lot of people saw this coming as far as Minneapolis, with the increase of federal presence, the more pushback there seems to be. That's just what we see analytically and with stats. Again, if you are joining, make sure to please get the video out there. So people can see what's happening. Here is a post from Kim Katie, USA, who helps source a lot of our content, a friend of the channel. Let's see what she posted. So this is going to be some raw footage here.
Caused a fucking accident. Fuck these bitches. They caused this accident.
Huh?
They caused this accident.
Well, they shot her.
They shot her? That's what this...
Again, remember, we are reacting to raw footage, so as people are approaching the scene, they're also questioning what's going on. So you're going to hear some commentary in the background that has all not been verified, just so you guys are aware. I want to make that clear. We are watching raw reactions right now.
Yeah, so did I. They fucking shot her. That is fucking sad. Hijo de su puta perra madre. Le despido. Smile, puto. Pinche paisa, hijo de la verga.
And for everyone asking as of right now what we know, it was not a federal agent who was hit. It was the other way around.
Motherfuckers. Fucking shot an innocent person.
She was driving away, you jackasses.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Okay, so we also have some footage, again, from Olia Scootercast, Freedom News TV. One of my favorite journalists and favorite organizations. And again, Chief Bovino is on the ground. Again, we don't know the full involvement as far as what agency did what, if it was Border Patrol or ICE. All we know is that Border Patrol is here. We do know that.
You! Fuck you! You are all terrible! Sick individuals!
I gotta go water the garden. I'll be right back.
One thing I will say, this might be the first time I've ever seen Chief Bovino wearing a helmet, to be honest with you. Which I don't know if it means anything, but it could indicate that Chief Bovino is taking this very serious as a high-risk assessment.
Go home! I believe it. I fucking live here! You don't fucking live here! I'm late for work because you motherfuckers killed people. Does that feel good? We're not fucking being here to fucking shoot people.
Okay, so I also want to point out, again, we don't know what exactly Chief Bovino's role is in all of this. Again, because when it comes to Border Patrol, we're talking about more broader sweeps as far as what they do, like we saw over in Chicago. Now, I am getting reports that the mayor actually has responded to this. Let me pull this up. This is going to be from Eric. Again, we are doing this live, so we're all sort of figuring this out together, right? This is going to be from Mayor Jacob Fry. Should be on his own X account then. Mayor Jacob Fry. Yeah, here's what the mayor of Minneapolis had to say. And again, if you guys are joining, make sure to please like the live so everyone can see what's going on here. And if you're new here, make sure to please subscribe. We cover stuff like this all the time, specifically Minneapolis and St. Paul. The mayor says, I am aware of a shooting involving an ICE agent at 34th Street in Portland. The presence of federal immigration enforcement agent is causing chaos in our city. We're demanding ICE to leave the city immediately. We stand rock solid with our immigrant and refugee communities. So, to me, it appears as if shifting the blame without having all of the facts. Now, obviously, the mayor is tied to the police, might know something we don't know, but you guys can decipher that how you want. But he is saying the presence of federal immigration enforcement agents is causing chaos in our city. Which, again, has always really been that stance as far as where the mayor is. We know that the mayor is not a fan of ICE. See what else we got. Yeah, there are some clips where I cannot show you certain things, to be honest with you guys. I apologize about that. Due to the scene, a little graphic. Again, this is going to be from Freedom News TV.
I know, man.
And these are Minneapolis police officers right here. Obviously, some people are upset with them.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I like the stream, guys. I'm back. Just give me a second. Hey, Polly, I sent Tommy the same screenshot for my job that I sent you today. He flipped out.
All right. Again, that's Olia Scootercast and Freedom News TV. She is on the scene. Olia reports sheriffs arrived on scene of ICE-involved shooting in Minnesota. Now, for those of you that are unaware, the sheriffs right now, there's a little bit of controversy with them as far as political controversy. They are being accused by some people, some protesters and advocates, as far as being complacent with ICE's activity or working with ICE. And so I'm not going to be surprised if people are going to be mad at the sheriffs right now.
Papa Bob, what's up?
Recently, the sheriffs did arrest a legal observer standing outside of an ICE facility in St. Paul. Do you want to point out that looks like a pepper ball? Is that a real gun or is this a protester thing? All right. So something else I do want to point out, because I try to look at this level from all the different aspects here. Again, there's like a bunch of different stories going on in one video if you don't know what you're looking for. This is the most amount of people I have ever seen so far as far as Minneapolis protesters or advocates showing up to a scene and, being very upset. The last time I saw something like this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago when ICE was trying to stop people and look at identifications in the snow when it was snowing pretty heavily. But this is a lot more people. And I'm going to be honest with you, now that Chief Bovino is in the area, I would not be surprised if we see more pushback. Now, I'm getting a report here that tear gas may have been used. Let me see. And again, if you guys are just joining, make sure to please subscribe. If you're new here, we cover this stuff all the time. Make sure to please like the video. Helps out a ton. All right, let's see. Again, from Kim Katie, USA. Okay, Kim is reporting tear gas and pepper pellets raining down.
Sorry about that. Hey, inside information, because I'm friends with him. Did you know that every video you see of his, not only does he have $900,000 worth of kryptonite behind him, but he's in a basement. That's weird for me because I live in Houston and we don't have basements in Houston. We can't do that shit. It's a flood elevation problem.
Let's see what this is. Sorry guys, again, we are doing this in real time. And somebody said Bovino's groupies pad the numbers. Again, I have no idea what Bovino is specifically doing or what Border Patrol's specific mission is. I didn't even know they were there until this popped up. All right, let's see what's going on here. And I am very curious. Let's pay attention and see who is doing the pushback. That's going to matter because if it's the sheriffs, that changes the story. So let's see.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I cannot tell who did that, just so you guys know. Okay, so right here, this is either sheriff or border patrol, is what it looks like.
They're going after someone. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to get new. I'm not trying to get new. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh, right in the face! Right in the face! Right in their face! Right in their face!
Can you guys tell who that was? And of course, people are throwing snowballs.
They're getting ready to shoot again.
Okay, so this looks like it is a federal element. It does not look like it's the sheriffs, from what I can tell.
They're getting hit.
Michael Newman, what is up? I was looking at the other screen. Top players are pulling out all stops in 2026. The Rothschild, George Soros, world elites. Oh, you're going to get me in trouble for saying this. Are trying their best to destroy and build their new utopia. If you know, you know, and Christ is king, suckers. Thank you for the $10, Michael. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. You're awesome. And you know what? As a Jewish person, I don't mind the whole Jesus thing. You know why? Because he was Jewish. And our stories are intertwined. In all honesty, I know this is not a religious stream, and I am not a scholar in any sort of way. I could not have a conversation with you about the Bible and religion. However, I'm pretty convinced that the true story of the Bible is all of our books combined into one large story. I think maybe some people, you know, like the telephone game where you whisper something in somebody's ear and then it goes through the room and later on down the line is something different. Maybe there was different branches out of it, but I believe that the history of religion is a combination of everybody's religion that all is intertwined and weaved into the same big, huge, massive story. You know, whether it's Muhammad and the Muslims or whether it's your Methodist or Lutheran or Pentecostal or everybody but Scientology, because Scientology isn't a real religion and that's made up fake bullshit. But everyone else, even the ones that are like made out, you know, like Joseph Smith with the Mormon, isn't that the one that was like read out of the hat, right, on the gold tablets out of the hat? Like 200 years ago. Not so much that one, but all the older religions, you know what I mean? If you guys have one from Minneapolis, a live stream, you let me know, and when we put Tommy on later, when we're on Rumble, we'll do that too. You know what I mean? We still have a lot of time. I think Tommy's probably going to go out maybe in like 1 hour from now, maybe about an hour or so.
Point blank.
Whose chat says it is? Whose chat is it?
Here you go. You gonna run someone over?
Whoa. Were you guys able to see that? Did I get that in the screen for you guys? Somebody just broke the window. Did you guys see that?
Oh, Mercado Media. I don't want to stream him. I don't want to restream him. Maybe I'll do it on if it's on Rumble. But I don't want to stream him because he's
Oh,
probably
man.
not a fan of me at all.
This is not
He probably
good.
doesn't like me, guys. So.
If you guys
I
are
don't
new
know.
to my
I never
channel,
talked to
I
him.
always advocate for peace. I always try to tell the full story here, but this is very bad. Very bad.
No, Josh, this is a recap from earlier. This happened earlier. This isn't live. We'll get to the live stuff.
Break a window, antagonize. If anyone has watched any clips in Chicago, you saw the capabilities of Border Patrol and what ends up happening there. Border Patrol does not mess around. Federal agents do not mess around. I think these agencies have a lot of confidence as far as knowing they have the support of the Trump administration, and whatever they need to do to accomplish a task, they have.
Is he on
permission.
YouTube, right?
And especially with Chief Bovino in the area, this is a these guys don't play around. Is it? Yeah, never mind. I'm wondering if the police got involved or the sheriffs, they went after that person. No idea. But shout out Olia Scootercast, I see you. One of my favorite journalists.
They're gonna drop less than nuclear munitions right now.
I will say, this is not the first time something like this has happened as far as like an aggressive clash, but why this is different, this is the first time Border Patrol has showed up and this has happened. Typically, whenever you see a clash, ICE agents did not have a lot of manpower in 2025 as far as the Minneapolis-St. Paul mission. So what was happening, and a lot of news outlets were not reporting on it, we're talking about ICE agents show up with maybe 10 to 20 people, and then they get surrounded. The police were showing up, and the police were being accused of working with ICE. This is different, guys. This is completely different. Now, federal agents, they have a lot more people to their disposal as far as what they need to do for security elements and actually performing their duties. And again, we don't know what Border Patrol is going to do.
How's
in
that?
Minneapolis, St. Paul, we can obviously
Is that
assume
good?
deportation operations, but are they going to have checkpoints? Or I don't know what they're going to do. This is the first time we're seeing them interact right now.
Hey, like the stream, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Rumble, sub to me on YouTube. Those are 2 ways you can support my channel for free. I don't want your money, I want your time. Right? I will never ask you for money, but I will ask you for your time. Please like the stream, share it, right? Watch a couple of, you want to help me out financially? You want to help me? Guys,
else I also have to point
straight
out,
up. Let me
think-
say something real quick, guys. I've been really thinking about trying to turn this into my full-time and only job. But I need to be consistent about my money because I have a house, I have a daughter, I have a whole thing. I take care of my, to some degree, I help my parents out a lot. But I could really use your help. But I don't want your money. All I want you to do is watch my videos when I post them, share my stream, keep coming back. If you have the money to super chat me and get and do things like that, I really appreciate it. That's pretty badass of you. I would never ask that, you know, and no tax on tips, right? And super chat is a tip. So at least I don't have to share that with the government, right? I appreciate that. But if you're broke and struggling, do not send me money. If you want to support me and you ain't got no funds at all to do so, all I want you to do is watch some of my videos. Go back in time and watch some more of my videos. I have like almost 400 videos. I'm working on it. I had more than 400, but I made a lot of the streams from previous private. You might think that YouTube removed some of my streams. They're there. I just made them private so I wouldn't have somebody going back in time and reporting past things that have been said. You understand? So I'm gonna try. I mean, I've been trying to make a few different types of videos. You know, I made a video on Delcy Rodriguez, the current acting, I guess, president of Venezuela, and as well as Maduro. I made a few, you know, very informative type of videos. I know I'm sort of like a clown to some degree, but I really want to make. I mean, I'm really honestly like a content creator first and a streamer second. I do like to stream though. You guys, Polly, it's been so nice to meet you guys, all of you. And you know, you've made me into a streamer. Really. I can't believe that I turn on my stream and I actually have people waiting for me. That's crazy. I mean, I have so many viewers that I was able to actually like justify having an entire intro. Tin Man, thanks for the $4.99, bro. Appreciate that. So, you know, I really appreciate your continued support. Thank you so much. I'm hovering just about, you know, 40,750 subscribers. I go up and down because YouTube is goofy. Sometimes you lose subs out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I love you guys too. So if you just please continue to support me, it doesn't matter if you can give me money or not. I'm not that kind of person. Some streamers, they only talk, and I'm not calling anybody out. I don't want to say anybody's name, but there are some major streamers out there that they won't talk to you unless you super chat them like over $20. Even if you super chat them $5, you're not going to get talked to. I try to talk to every single person, whether your name is gray or green or blue or whatever, whether you're a member or not. It doesn't matter to me. If you're in my stream and you're taking the time out to put me up on your TV or your phone or whatever, I'm a part of your evening, then that thank you so much for that. It means the world to me because I have streamed hundreds of times to nobody. I have streamed for hundreds of hours to 0 viewers. I know what that's like. So just the fact that I have, hey, North on Libs, whatever the fuck your name is, I do talk. It's part of the job. It's a streamer. That's why I'm perfect for this job. So I would really like to make this my career. I know I cannot sit there all day long and make videos because I have another job. But if I didn't have that job, I could make videos. I could make 2 or 3 shorts a day. I could stream every single day. So I got to justify that kind of move though. So please continue to support me and I will continue to make content on whatever the top subject of the day is. If you have any suggestions also, if you'd like for me to do one of my comprehensive timeline videos on someone or something or a subject, please reach out to me. Please give me an idea. I will give you a credit in the end of the video where I say like and subscribe. I will give your name there and give you credit for the idea if you give me one. So yeah, if you have any thoughts and ideas, let me know. All right, back to Teaspoon.
Border Patrol is being very peaceful here. I mean, for those of you just joining, just so you are aware, one of their windows just got smashed out. If this was Chicago in the summer, this entire block, and I'm just going to be honest with you, would have probably been cleared out with like tear gas. Okay, so right now, Border Patrol, in my opinion, and I've been tracking them for a very long time, I cover all these different cities and events, they're being very tame right now. And I would assume it's because it's only like day 1 of their operation.
I'm muted. Fuck. God damn it. Yeah, no sound. I fucked up. Great Otis, I thought about that. I don't know if anybody would be down for something like that, but I think I might do it in a stream format, and maybe you guys like be interactive with it and submit questions to during in the chat, and I answer them, and we watch some matches that I've never posted and things. I have a lot of content for my wrestling stuff. So I also guys, I'll send you the link to it if you would be so kind as to. Sorry about that. Yeah, it happens. If you would be so kind as to, it's going to be a weird link because I don't have an actual real link to it yet. I've made another channel. I got 20 followers on it. It's for my wrestling stuff. I'm going to be posting probably another match tomorrow. I know it's a weird link, but that's my link to my other channel for my wrestling stuff. I got 4 matches on there right now. 1 triple threat. And 2 matches versus names. 1 versus Buff Bagwell. The other one versus Eric Bischoff's son, Garrett Bischoff. And then 2 other ones were of people you've never heard of that are my homies. And some of the people you might recognize from my intro clip. But if you could go give me a follow on there, that would be great. I'm trying to get that going. Thank you so much, Jim Joe. I appreciate it. Oh, I thought it was YouTube. Well, I have Alex. Okay. Here's weird, right? So Google AdSense, you can only have it associated with one channel, and I have a David Starr YouTube channel, but on Rumble, oh my God, on Rumble, I didn't know this. You can. I was able to add that channel and attach it to my Climatics one. So all the revenues shared, all the stuff is shared, and it all is like the same. If I could do that on YouTube, that'd be badass. That's one thing. Rumble guys, I know the people from Rumble have started to watch me a little bit, guys. I've been told that. So guys from Rumble, if you're watching, I love that feature. I really wish you had a button for rating though, like Twitch does, where you hit raid and it pulls up a list of possible people you can raid and you just click it. That the way you have it where you have to type /raid's kind of fucking weird, but that's okay. It's a work in progress, right? I'm a big wrestling fan and love the stories. Oh, I have a lot. Great Otis, man. I got a lot of fucking stories. I have a lot of stories. Like the time I went backstage at Monday Night Raw and demanded a job from the VP of Talent Relations. I did that shit. Yes, Joshua. I am live right now on Rumble and YouTube. And for the late show, we will just turn off YouTube and just all go to Rumble. That's how it works. Oh, Tommy's up instead of this.
Okay.
Sorry. Whoops.
Yeah. It's getting real. I saw a comment, somebody saying, what's the point of the whistles? Well, Chicago made the whistles
The Great
popular.
Otis.
There was a guy in Chicago who was using a whistle
one time in
around his
Mexico.
block. And I know this sounds like a fable's tale or like a fake story, but this is actually what happened. It's kind of wild.
You're the Great Otis. You
want
to see a picture from that?
Here, who was using a whistle, who's in charge of this volunteer group. And then people started to catch on, and people realized, hey, we can spend $1,000 on whistles, and we can give like 10,000 people those whistles. And if you think you see somebody, they'll just blow that whistle. Which is why in Chicago, whenever I play those videos, I have to turn the audio down by like 70% because I'm going to go deaf when I listen to those videos. So for the people asking, it's become a symbolic thing. Like, oh, you have the whistle, you're involved with anti-ice. And also, I actually think it's very practical for these protesters. That's why they use it. It's cheap, affordable. Anyone can use a whistle. And so that's actually how the whistle became a thing. It started to become popular because of one guy in Chicago. Not the whistle itself, but the whistle within context of this. Little history lesson on whistle use from protesters. That's how deep we go with these stories, people. So make sure to please subscribe. All right, let's see what else we got. Again, that was Kim Katie USA. Thank you for that video. Again, we don't like to see this. We always advocate for peace on my channel, but I'm a little shocked that, for those of you just joining, the mayor, this is what the mayor just said. I'm not shocked, but this doesn't help in my opinion. He said, I'm aware of a shooting involved an ICE agent on 34th Street. The presence of federal immigration enforcement agents is causing chaos in our city. So he's, shifting the blame to ICE. We're demanding ICE to leave the city immediately. We stand rock solid.
Hey, me too, Great Otis. We probably the same age.
Let's see what else we got on this story.
Yeah, we probably close to the same age. I remember watching it too when I was a little kid. Same thing.
Again, we are doing this live. Let's see.
The condition of this shooting victim was not immediately known to us, but it is quite dire from all the witness accounts. Beyond that, they said that it took another 5 or 10 minutes for Minneapolis police to get out here. They, do not cooperate with immigration policing, but what they do is try to keep the peace.
I'm 47.
So that's what they're
Otis.
here doing right now. You can see they're the ones who have put up this police tape. They're the ones who are blocking off the roads here. They're the ones who are gathered here and making sure that the
Glenn,
crowds
thanks,
that
buddy.
are still around here. Now we're
Cool.
not in the biggest one here at all.
Hey guys, like this stream if you don't mind, please.
As you go down Portland,
Let's
down
get the
toward
numbers up tonight.
34th. But they're making sure that the crowds and the law enforcement on the scene here still conducting an investigation.
Who are you talking to, Rebby?
That there's no, interaction between them that
Who are you
gets
talking to?
too negative, as you mentioned earlier.
And look, the last time this happened in St. Paul, the Twin City, there was an investigation as far as cooperation between.
Hey, Pam, do most streamers not interact with the audience? I think that's fucking weird. Why the hell would you watch me and I just ignore you for 7 hours?
In the local police and with Homeland Security. So keep that in mind. In my opinion, I do think there's going to be a political fallout from this. I hope there isn't, but if we look at the past patterns of what we saw in St. Paul, and the sheriff's department also getting a little bit of flack for their involvement of cooperating with ICE. And by the way, this would be considered by a lot of people like cooperation in a negative way where people wouldn't like this. So I will be paying attention to this aspect of the story and see. And look, we just saw the mayor say, he's shifting the blame to ICE as well. And as we know, the mayor and the police chief, they work in conjunction of one another to try and, protect their city. So I am curious what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, thank you, Pam.
This happened in Portland.
Oh, it's so nice.
Portland police were working with ICE agents as far as protecting the streets in the city. At the Portland ICE building where we saw a lot of the clash.
Hey, y'all wanna see a funny picture? Black people love me, especially wrestlers who also happen to be black. I got something.
And
funny.
then out of nowhere, mid-June, you didn't hear from them or see from them. They were observing, but they did not step in. That's because there were accusations of them working with ICE.
Departed, but I can definitely say many of them have departed. I'm looking off to the side here now because I'm seeing a line of flashing lights starting to approach. But I think that's probably Minneapolis police. Right. I heard earlier that Chief O'Hara was out here on the scene. We have not gotten an update. In fact, some officers just told me they're still working on, when he might become available to give a press statement. But we have not heard him pinned down yet when that might happen. He has been out here. It doesn't look like Minneapolis police, does it, Russ? No, it's other police agencies here.
Yeah,
So
Corin,
Metro
we do.
Transit's on the scene now.
Okay,
Yeah.
we do know. Obviously, we have seen the police chief in our pictures and different. It looks like he still is there on the scene. We do know Hennepin County is there. To your point, multiple agencies here. While I have got you here, I just wanted to share this statement we just got from Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty. Releasing this, we are aware of the shooting at 34th and Portland. We have been in contact with law enforcement leaders, the Attorney General, the Governor's office throughout the morning, and are pushing hard for a local investigation, which is the only way to ensure full transparency and.
Yeah, guys, again, I will be looking at, there's going to be a lot of different aspects here. I mean, I can only imagine what the police chief is going to say, again, considering the mayor just really shifted this blame of chaos to ICE. And to be honest with you, we don't like to see stuff like this. We don't want to see clashes. We want agencies to be able to do what they need to do. Protesters do have the right to protest, but when it starts to cross that line and you see the clashes, this is what happens in a lot of these sanctuary cities. And so as far as the political fallout and the different sides of the story, I mean, I'm really curious what the reactions are going to be to this investigation. And this, in my opinion, I think will really set the tone for what's to come. Because, and I don't think this is going to happen, I hope it does, if the mayor and the police chief miraculously say, ICE was defending themselves and they had to do what they had to do, that takes a lot of weight off of ICE and what happened here. But if it's the other way around, where the rhetoric is like, this is all ICE's fault, they did everything, and Bovino's here, tear gas, that could set a tone that probably wouldn't be favorable for federal operations.
As the ICE agents have kind of slowly left the scene, I think that the level of
Jesse, me
anger
too,
seems to have kind of subsided here among the folks who have gathered, whether they are neighbors who live in this area or folks
who's
who
waiting
are,
on Tommy to go out,
gathered here as observers, or city council members who are out here. Many of them have been out here to check out the scene.
I was considering doing a video on how wrestlers bleed. I don't want to mess up my algorithm though. I was thinking about doing like how to make a blade, but I don't want anybody cutting themselves and then telling somebody I told them to do it.
We know the governor's office is aware of this.
Right.
We know Mayor Fry had warned that this would be one of the things
Either a
that he was
beating or
most
a death.
concerned about
That's
happening
me.
during the surge.
That is
You mean
true.
the-
The mayor 3 weeks
the blood
ago,
thing?
2 weeks
That's me.
ago, during his speech with Governor Tim Walz and the former mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, he did say verbatim,
Hardcore
he thinks
death
eventually
match.
somebody will eventually get shot. So he did say that.
People you have had the chance to speak with, aside from the first individual, the first witness, who said he saw what happened.
Yeah, that's me.
Any of those folks have any kind of video, anything that that would help us tell the story a little bit more accurately?
I got a better one.
Yeah, I did talk to a few of them and saw one video that it would hopefully get shared with me soon. But his video just showed.
I got another one from the same
folks,
match.
the physician who was outside of this line, who was asking to be let in. The incident itself, I believe, like from what they're all telling me, this developed very quickly. And so I don't, unless your phone was already out recording, the honking and the horn blaring at the ICE, movement down Portland. There's the chief of police right here.
All right, let's see.
But unless you were already recording, it sounded like, you would have had to get that, it happened too fast to pull up your phone and start recording the actual.
Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of we just don't have the official statement. So I don't even want to talk about what could have happened, what may have happened. I think it's important, we have
See, it's me.
implications here.
Look, see, it's
as
me.
we know,
It's me.
the reason why ICE would ever discharge something like that would obviously because of they felt the need to, they felt like there was a threat. So we can make that honest assumption, but I really want to wait for Homeland Security to come out and what they have to say. I mean, you have unverified reports of somebody tried to smash a car, they tried to run away, things like that. Again, unverified.
In their activities here.
Not saying it's not true, but we just don't have that statement from Homeland.
Fun fact, the guy in the back with the cowboy hat watched me wrestle like 1,000 fucking times.
For official confirmation, what we're hearing at this point, other than the fact that it is an ICE-related shooting, is witness account. You mentioned the neighborhood. You're there, ground level. Is this strictly homes? Are there any businesses around, or does this look like just?
It's true, Otis.
strictly
You're right. It
residential?
is good to know. You're right. 100%.
Portland here, haven't seen a single business. It's all residential here.
Yo, Portland plane, a ticket to Portland from where I live, because I live in Houston, Texas, right? I don't care about doxing my city. There's 3 million people here. Good luck finding me. And if you do find me, it's Texas. I do have a gun. It's like they have this. No, it's not Jim Ross. They have this. I didn't mute you, Jesse. I didn't mute you. I didn't mute anybody. It says Clyde muted me. I don't. Huh. It did look like him, kind of, right? That's funny. On Rumble? I don't know how to mute someone on Rumble. So it wasn't me. I don't even have Rumble. Rumble's under the Marcato screen. Look. See, there's Rumble chat. So it's like I don't even have Rumble up right now to look at it. That's so, what the hell? Why? I don't understand why. Maybe Rumble. Hey, Trina, yes, Tommy is going out tonight. Thanks for the $2. Maybe Rumble did it to you. Hold on, I'm gonna try. Let me play this T-Split, and I'm gonna try to figure it out.
That they're, we're not that far from
muted by creator
35W
on
here,
Rumble. Yeah, I know.
Not a whole lot of businesses in the immediate presence here on Portland, at least. But
I didn't do it.
Has businesses.
Okay, so that's that. Again, we are just sort of waiting for some reactions and statements. Let's see if Homeland said anything.
Jesse, is your name the same name
what
on
ends up
Rumble?
happening in a lot of these situations,
What's your name
really
on Rumble,
is,
Jesse?
Who's the first to put a statement out is what I've been noticing. Homeland Security recently has been very, very quick to try and put a statement out as far as clarification or let people know we are aware.
Hey, Papa Bob, Clyde was good looking
so
in his
said,
younger
Fox
days.
is
What
reporting
happened?
That the woman ran
I
into
don't.
a car.
I don't think I look that different, actually.
I can look that up. This is from Kim Katie, USA.
Oh, I don't know, Jesse. I never done that to anyone, so it must have been someone else. Do I look that different now? I look old now. I look. Do I look 47?
Yeah, I obviously cannot show you the inside of this video, but you guys can go look that up yourself as far as some other angles.
Do I look old?
Rebby,
do I look
there's
old?
also like this congressional hearing going on as far as what's happening in Minnesota, so there's a lot of different. Not everybody is talking about this. Let's see if DHS said anything.
Let me see.
Nope. This is Border Patrol. Nothing. And again, I don't know if you guys saw, there's videos of the Coast Guard.
Your conundrum. I was referee for 2 pro wrestling matches
vessel.
for college that I went to. Oh, badass. I started out as a referee.
So
everybody does.
That's all we know.
Everybody starts out as
now.
ring crew and referee.
Yeah, the windshield is broken, correct.
Pam. Thank you. Good. That's good.
Let me see if Fox News is reporting what that person said for you guys.
Channels. No. Live streaming. No. Moderation. Muting. Jesse.
I am not
what?
seeing that report.
Unmute. The fuck?
Apologize for my clank.
I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Jesse, you were muted. I unfucked you, Jesse.
Nope, I am not seeing that report. It's mainly just a lot of the overlapping of reporting.
Can't get mad at that.
Omar did not win his
Okay, Jesse, I
race.
unfucked you. I am thinner. I lost like 50 pounds.
Yeah, even this news report.
From
is not
actually,
saying what's
you know
going
what's
on.
funny? I should make a video about this and post my link and all that shit, but I'll tell you something crazy. There is something wrong with our food. I wasn't really a big eater. I didn't really gorge, but I've always been a little like chunky in the waistline, right? And so for convenience, I don't know if anybody's single out there and that it like lives alone, but it's extraordinarily difficult to cook for one person. My kid has school lunch all day, every day, and then she gets home and it's like, I don't want to cook an entire meal for just me. It's not McDonald's. I didn't eat a lot of fast food. I just had a regular, normal amount of food, right? And you know what I did? For convenience and for money, because it was cheaper and quicker, I switched to factor meals. And so I eat 2 factor meals every day. And then 1 day a week, I'll like take my daughter to lunch at a Mexican restaurant or go like order pizza. You've seen me have pizza before. So I eat factor meals, right? For lunch and dinner every single day. I only did it for the convenience, and it was cheaper than groceries, and I lost 56 pounds. No working out. I work out a little bit, but no like excessive like killing it, working out, like changing my life. All I did was change exactly what I was eating every day. And like these meals are pretty good, but they're like filled with like cheese and sauce and like all kinds of crap. It was like 700 milligrams of sodium, and then I lost 12 pounds. What the fuck? So it's about $135 a week. And that was cheaper than groceries. And now I don't have to cook anything, and I get a nice piece of chicken or a little piece of steak and some greens or some taters or some shit. You know what I mean? Yo, Clay, I can't see you on Rumble. Nico, really? The link is pinned, bro. Am I not? The link is pinned.
All right. So that is all we know as of right now, guys. I don't want to create speculation or create like hype or drama. This is all we know. All we know right now is there was a shooting. Possibly the person rammed into Homeland.
Let me see.
Possibly the
I'm gonna
person
try
tried to run away. We
all
know
the
that
Rumble
Chief
shit.
Bovino is there. I think that's a really, really big deal.
Rumble's still a
Goes to
work
show
in
that,
progress,
it
I
is
think,
all
guys,
hands
you
on
know?
deck.
It's not perfect.
And what we also know is that protesters are super upset. We know that the mayor has shifted blame to ICE, which is just a general statement because there's other federal agents out there.
Nah, I don't have you.
And I saw some people like, saying the Elon Musk comment. I didn't know what you guys were talking about. I did
have
not
no
see that
blocked
Elon actually
phrases.
commented on the mayor's post.
I got 2 moderators.
All right. If you guys haven't already, just make sure to please subscribe to my channel. I will be giving you updates. I might do another live stream on more reactions, or I might do another.
Yeah, it might just be
part
closed.
post, like an
You have to
actual
refresh
detailed
the whole
video.
thing, Polly.
But I am going to be doing more live streams as well. I want to be keeping you guys updated. So again, make sure to please subscribe and like. Notifications on helps out a lot. And I really appreciate all of your guys' support. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I always try to be as fair as possible. I appreciate you guys for
T-Spy's awesome.
actually liking that aspect and not just trying to be so one-sided.
He's
that we're
made
missing
me a
complete
better
aspects of the story.
YouTuber just being his
So thank
friend.
you.
Honestly, I'm not just saying that either. Just being his friend has made me such a better everything. Content creator, video editor, every single thing that he's so willing to share. His opinions and views, and he's willing to help no matter what. It's so nice. It's so refreshing to meet somebody like him. He honestly, T-Sply is what I'm talking about. Honestly, like what you see is what you get. Like I've like literally like video chatted with because he wanted to see my setup, and usually his setup is not good. It's probably better now. He saw mine and started crying, right? But no, he's such a good guy. Like what you see is not an act. He is really that friendly. He likes 3. I'm gonna dox him real quick, right? He likes 3 things: making videos, his wife and his family, and Jesus. That's it. That's his whole life. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. So I'm a huge fan of T-Sply. He could scream at me and cuss me out, and I'd still love him. You know? Like I don't. He's one of those people that's like immediately friends forever. You know?
Here's the statement they put out a few minutes
Good
ago.
guy.
Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations when rioters began.
Polly,
attacking ICE
they're
officers,
entertaining.
And one of those violent rioters weaponized her vehicle.
Oh, nice,
attempting
Jesse.
To run over our law enforcement officers in an
I'm an
attempt
amateur
to kill
too,
them,
Polly.
An act of domestic terrorism. An ICE officer fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement.
I don't
and the
have
safety of the
9,000
public,
viewers.
Fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life. You can see people are very upset just hearing what the Department of Homeland is saying. He allowed perpetrators.
Whitney, we can't hear you. We just want you to, Whitney, I'm just going to interrupt you. We can't hear you. We want you to stay safe. We appreciate you giving us that.
Neighborhood.
Move! Nice fucking move! Get out of the way! Get out! Chris, get out the way! Get out the way of the truck! Move! Move! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
An organized group of criminals have sought to take advantage of this state's generosity. And even as we make progress in the fight against the fraudsters, we now see an organized group of political actors seeking to take advantage of a crisis. I want to mince words here. Donald Trump and his allies in Washington and in St. Paul and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other by attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in the country to raise a family. They've already begun trying to withhold funds that were meant to help families afford child care, and they have no intention of stopping there. Make no mistake, we should be concerned about fraud in our state government. We cannot effectively deliver programs and services if we can't earn the public's trust. That's why over the past few years, we've made systemic changes in the way we do business.
All right, guys, we have an extremely cool opportunity coming up this Thursday and this Saturday. We are hosting a free webinar where we're going to teach you guys how to make money on YouTube. We're going to go through exactly what we learned on YouTube over.
I was actually thinking about attending this webinar, guys. I was watching this video earlier. This is the Cartier family. They actually live 20, 30 minutes away from me. They don't know that, but I was thinking about doing their webinar so I could get them to look at my channel and meet them and maybe like collab with them. What do you guys think? If you're, hey, Polly, you should absolutely go do this webinar. Oh, you said be right back? Well, she should do this webinar. It's free. It's this, I think it's this Saturday.
For the past 6 years, and we're going to teach you guys how to get your first 1,000 subscribers in less than 90 days. This information is extremely valuable. We're super excited about this, and we cannot wait to share it with you guys. There's over 1 million YouTubers who make over $100,000 a year. I know that you think that YouTube is like something that's far-fetched, but think about it. If there's 1 million people making over $100,000 a year, and YouTube is growing extremely fast, you could do that too. You just got to learn how to do it. Look at where we started. We did not know anything when we first started YouTube, but it's just like anything. You learn the more you do it. So we're 6 years in now, and we've learned lots of stuff. But the great thing is we're going to give all this information to you guys for free at the webinar this Thursday and Saturday.
We want you to know this is not just about making money. This is about making a difference. Look at this. We went from making videos in our college dorm room to meeting people like Charlie Kirk.
We're going to give you 10 bangers, 10 viral banger videos at the end of the webinar that will guarantee to give you subscribers and views. I promise you, because we've given probably people 10 videos that we told them to do and they've been monetized.
Multiple people.
Multiple people. I guarantee y'all, if y'all show up,
you're going to leave with so much information, you'll be very happy that you came. And it's free, so you might as well join us. It was $9 billion of taxpayer fraud done. $9 billion.
Why is he like acting like bringing up the fact that you guys did things to combat fraud is a good look for the fact that they have so much fraud? Like, that's not a way to justify what's going on in your country. It's almost like, yeah, we put all these things in place to combat fraud, but we also have all these things in place to allow fraud to happen at a high rate.
Basically just saying, oh, well, we tried. Yeah. But it didn't work because they did $9 billion worth.
Well, I mean, the labor union has already, and I've said this like 3 times now, but they already exposed him for being complicit in the fraud. They said he coerced people to not come forward and be quiet and have people threatened and stuff. The labor union themselves put out a statement and said that.
No, I thought Minnesota was one of the Democrat states that was ran pretty good.
I thought that too.
But after looking at this, I don't know.
Minnesota is frequently cited as being among the worst states in the U.S. for racial and economic disparities, the achievement gap in education for students of color, the corporate income tax rate for entrepreneurs in general.
Now stop! Now, I thought that the Democrats was for the people of color.
Me too.
But let's continue.
It says multiple reports consistently rank Minnesota as one of the worst states for the gap in socioeconomic outcomes between black and white residents, including metrics like income, homeownership, and unemployment rates.
Wow.
So the state has the lowest high school graduation rates in the nation for students of colors when compared to white students.
Also, Minnesota has the highest corporate income tax rate in the country.
At 10%. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they don't really, I don't know, man.
They rank one of the highest
I mean,
in
and just think
unemployment.
about it. If you are a taxpayer there, or an entrepreneur there, anybody there, $9 billion worth of fraud, and 89, just keeping it real, going off the numbers, 89% of them were done by the Somalis. I mean, you could just say, keep it real. The Somalis are hitting y'all hard. Dang, them Somalis is rich out there.
They're getting over.
You probably see Somalis in Rolls Royces and.
I think it actually just got worse, though.
I mean, it's so bad, it's some kid's re-election.
The performance audit shows the Behavioral Health Administration sent millions of dollars out the door in grants without making proper checks into who was receiving them. And that is not even the most jaw-dropping finding. Lou Raguse has tonight's top story. Lou?
Julie, according to the nonpartisan legislative auditor, this is another case of mismanagement of taxpayer money. But perhaps the most explosive revelation is that managers within DHS, the Department of Human Services, tried to cover their tracks by backdating and creating new documents.
But I do want to talk about what a serious issue this is and how it is, frankly, unacceptable.
Another sobering report by the Office of the Legislative Auditor, this one concerning the Behavioral Health Administration within the Department of Human Services, which issues grants to providers treating mental health and drug and alcohol addiction, hundreds of millions of dollars each year. The audit found them issuing grants to applicants without a bidding process.
So what we saw is that there was multiple entities that could have been eligible, and they chose not to provide a justification for why they were picking those.
This report is quite stunning.
One outrageous example. The auditors found a grantee that was paid $672,000 for 1 month of work without any info on what they do. And the audit says the grant manager who paid it then left DHS a couple days later and became a paid consultant for that company.
To me, that's criminal.
Auditor Judy Randall says she was most shocked that during the audit, multiple DHS managers backdated or created new documents to try to cover their tracks.
Frankly, in the 27 plus years I've been with OLA, I have never seen this before. I will say we have had suspicions periodically, but we have never been able to prove it, to document it. And we did in this case. And it's very troubling.
Temporary DHS Commissioner Shireen Gandhi's response.
I was shocked to hear this information in the exit conference, and it is absolutely unacceptable that any staff would provide anything other than accurate representation of the work done to an auditor.
Now, there were a lot of questions from lawmakers about whether this audit should result in criminal investigations. So we'll see what comes from that. The Office of the Legislative Auditor provides recommendations both to the department and to lawmakers in case law changes are needed. Just one more time.
That was
what the
pre-court tomorrow
a systemic
phone call.
DHS. I mean, Lou, it just seems
to
like every
request a
time
prayer.
You think it can't get worse. It does. I do think this is jaw-dropping. You mentioned that they were talking about criminal investigations.
Portland, this is one of the protests we'll keep up, but for right now, we can just watch it with no volume. This is my friend over at Not Tina Kotex. I have permission to restream this, so if you're wondering if I actually know this person, I do know this person, Not Tina Kotex. And it's a dude, and he's fucking hilarious. And he's a patriot, so I can't put the volume up, but you can find this stream live on X, and literally at Not Tina Kotex. So I know is it Kotex, like the feminine product, or is it Kotek? I'm just curious.
I think I speak for a lot of people watching right now who really want there to be some kind of accountability.
Yeah, these people are criminals.
Yeah, it's increasingly obvious that there's fraud being covered up here. It's like there's so much evidence, and it's like, why are you sitting here trying to lie? Like,
That's
why are you
gross.
trying to cover it up and make it
Sorry, ladies.
worse or less bad than it actually is when we have evidence that it's worse than we think?
That's what criminals do.
They want to save face.
Yeah, the face is gone. And it's like, it's interesting because like all eyes are on Minnesota, but they're not even talking about the money that's being stolen in California.
And in Ohio.
Hey, thank you for
Bro,
like the
90%
stream.
of people in
Follow me
Congress
on
are
Rumble.
millionaires.
Subscribe to my YouTube
90?
channel.
Almost, bro. All of them are almost millionaires. Yes, for sure.
And they make $200,000 a year.
In Minnesota are on food stamps?
No.
54%. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Oh, listen to this shit.
To be clear, a majority of the...
It's 7%. There's a big difference between 54% and 7%, is there not?
Excuse me, sir, could I answer the question?
Let me move on. We've got a lot of questions here. What percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on Medicaid?
I don't know.
It's 73%. Do you know what that number is for Minnesota native households?
Again, you're using the phrase Minnesota native households, but the majority...
The number is 18%. That's quite an astounding difference. I think we would
Can I
agree.
answer the question, please?
Let me ask you one more, and then we can go on to that. What percentage of Somali-headed households are on welfare in general?
I don't know.
It's 81%. What about, let me just ask you, after 10 years of being in the United States, what
Oh my
percentage
God.
of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare?
I don't know.
The number is 78%.
Damn.
So even after 10 years, 78% of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Again, you're using...
Non-Somali immigrant-headed households.
If I can just answer the question, when you're using the phrase native Minnesotans,
You know what he means.
the majority of Somali Minnesotans are as Minnesotans.
You see how he's trying to go?
They always try to say they're just as American as you and me. Yeah,
Well, let's just keep it real,
we don't
guys.
Americans don't wear hijabs. They don't speak Somali. They don't wave around different foreign countries' flag. They're not just as American or Minnesotan as someone else. That's
you
a
know what?
bullshit narrative.
They might actually believe that because they put the Minnesota flag on their flag.
They're not
So
going
if
to
you
work,
take it
bro.
that far,
70% of this community is not going to work at all. And we've seen these
Yeah,
videos of them
man.
people actually that live in these communities, regular natives. They're saying that no, I don't see these people go to work.
and well, on top of that, they're hitting the fraud. So not only are they not working, they're hitting fraud. So they take the people who are working, take their tax dollars to live off it with welfare, and then the other ones are robbing it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It goes deep. This is a problem.
We have to figure
This
it out.
is
guys.
a problem.
But this is what they think, and this is why we have to figure it out.
It's coming to America.
Oh, no.
Yes, it's coming.
Wait, is this gonna be
One day, America will become a Muslim state, a Muslim country.
Really? Oh.
Tell Trump.
That's never going to happen.
Yes, it will happen.
Never going to happen.
God is powerful.
It's never going to
God, God is powerful.
Is that what everybody here wants? You want to see a
That's
Muslim
what
country?
we are. Our goal is to make America Islam.
Oh.
Islamic state.
Never going to happen.
Yes. God is powerful.
It's never going to happen.
You control the heart of Americans. God guides whom He wills.
Over my dead body will this become an Islamic
يريدون ليطفئوا نور الله بأفواههم والله متم نوره ولو كره الكافرون.
Hell no, we ain't letting that happen. Hell nah, we not letting that happen. If that happens, America will kaboom. We know what happens in Muslim countries. I really don't understand how all these liberals are with this. If this becomes a Muslim country, all y'all gay people dead instantly. They killing y'all. They're not allowing that to happen. In a Christian country, we let you do what you want, even though we don't agree with it. But in Muslim countries, they don't let you do that. All you hoes is at the club with your booty out, shaking ass. Guess what? Not doing that no more in a Muslim country. They're not allowing that at all. Muslims
Yeah,
are
all
more
you
conservative
ladies
than
with your
Christians.
booty
But
out.
y'all think that on the left, y'all really think that the Christians are the problem. But the Muslims are 10 million times way more conservative than the Christians. Why would we let that happen? Not here. Not in America. That is dead.
Like I said, Tim Walz, he has to leave America because this is getting worse and worse every day.
And their collective message has been completely consistent. Instead of focusing on fraudsters, DHS leadership instead focused its surveillance on employees. Since then, their expressed fear of retaliation has intensified under an avalanche of fraud in Minnesota. Their numbers have grown from 480 DHS employees, both current and former, to over 1,000 across multiple state agencies. They have told me repeatedly how grateful they are to the House Fraud Prevention Committee for focusing our attention on fraud in the state programs, using their inside information while keeping them completely protected. They have explained that they live in a constant state of fear of retaliation. One only has to look at what happened to Faye Bernstein to understand why. In a very recent Newsweek article dated December 13th of 25, Ms. Bernstein, a former compliance specialist, stated, Minnesota DHS functions in the opposite manner as you would think. Employees who suggest improvements or, heaven forbid, report fraud then face significant retaliation. The messenger is shot.
Whoa.
In 2019, Bernstein said she alerted Minnesota DHS officials to sloppy contracting practices that were not legally compliant. But it's not what most people would even consider fraud. She says she was later escorted out of the building, faced lengthy investigation, got trespassed from all DHS owned and leased properties, and received involuntary transfer to another state agency.
They always shoot the messenger more than the person actually committing the actual crime, because if you just say it's a problem, then you're the racist and you're a problem.
Yeah, so this is happening everywhere, guys. I mean, it's happening in Ohio. This guy recently just went to a hotel and they told him no DHS agents are allowed in the hotel.
Oh, I saw that.
The one I added is Jake News.
Rooms for tonight?
You should, yeah.
Okay. Like how many? Could we get like 10?
10?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do all that, Polly. I'm not gonna go through and go through TikTok and look for all those and set it all up. It's just too much. Everybody, and I don't want to pull up.
It would be
Portland Andy's stream that he's worked to set up and then just cut his face off. I'm not gonna do that. That's rude.
Let's see.
No, I'm not doing Twitch no more. It sucks for gaming. It's fine, but not for this shit.
What agency is it for? Using the
well,
government rate.
it'd be Department Homeland Security.
So we're not accepting people from immigration, ICE agents, DHS into our property. It's just the management ownership.
Oh, okay, I thought that changed today. Was that?
I just talked to my the owner of the building, and he didn't say there has been any changes. So
really? Okay.
Hilton told Fox News that the hotel wasn't meeting the changed standards and values, so it was removing the hotel from its systems. Here with me is the man who went into that.
This is supposed to be a free country.
Fraud is happening everywhere, bro.
Says this one was operated by Everpeak Hospitality, canceled their
Hey,
reservations
Courtney, Happy
for
New
ICE
Year.
and DHS agents. Independent journalists confirmed the policy. Even after the owner's apology, Hilton has removed
Yeah, I like
the hotel
Jake
from
News.
its system and the GSA bar from federal lodging programs. The property was owned by 4 Indian Americans.
Well, that
and they
makes
must
sense.
now operate independently from the Hilton brand.
Yes, how may I help you?
Oh, are you with this?
What's going on?
I was just going to ask a couple questions about home health care for somebody in their 90s.
We're not ready to answer questions.
Okay, you're not taking patients?
No, we're not taking patients.
Okay, all right.
You're
So
free to go.
Okay, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Hi.
What are you guys doing here?
Asking you about home health care services?
Look,
you're not
asking on home health care services. I know you. I know you.
I don't think you know me.
I know you.
Okay, I'm Mahek.
No, I'm not gonna shake hands.
That's okay. That's fine.
You can record whatever you want.
Oh, I know, we're recording because I was
Because I
assaulted.
know you are just spreading a lot of bunch of BS.
What's the BS?
You're talking about Somalis. I've seen you so many times in Fox News.
I've spoken about the issue in Minnesota, or Minneapolis in particular.
No, listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
You are from India. You are not a white person.
I wasn't trying
Listen.
to pretend I was.
Listen. Get out of our house. You're not supposed to be here.
This is a private property.
This is a
and
private property.
It's not.
It's a private property.
I'm knocking on doors to
Look,
ask.
we've got every right to be here.
No, you don't have every right to be here.
We have every right to be here.
spreading lies?
Wait.
We're not spreading any
Hold on
lies.
one second.
Yeah,
Can I speak?
you guys
No,
are
you
not
can't.
supposed to be here.
Because
If you're
because
gonna-
your last name is Cook doesn't mean that you're white. You are from India, and you are just a lot of bunch of BS.
It's not a
Who do you
bunch of
think you are?
BS. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are standing here telling me that I can't ask?
Why are you coming to harass us? Why are you coming to harass us?
We're not coming to harass anyone. You guys can go department of
listen, who give you this job to do it?
and then you guys can ask them how this
Who give you
operates.
this job to do it? Who has you have no right to be here. You gotta leave.
We have every right to be here.
No, you don't have
We have every right to be here.
There's no ticket to harass. You said
You are
we have
harassing.
We're
no.
not harassing anyone.
You just running around. You just go.
Just knock on the door. You guys are the ones
Why
yelling at
are
us.
you?
We're simply asking questions, and then you guys are trying to intimidate us.
You guys are healthcare company. What you're doing is wrong. I do.
You guys are trying to intimidate us right now.
You guys came to our
You
office.
said you
came to our
didn't want
office.
any
That's fine. You can ask
questions
questions.
about
But who you guys are trying to intimidate us. You're telling us we're not allowed to be here.
One thing I noticed, I haven't seen not one customer at none of these offices yet, y'all.
There's never any. They always deny people.
Not one.
Her name is Mehek. He said you are an Indian.
Just because your last name is Cook does not mean you are a white person.
She is an Indian. He did not lie about that. Mehek?
Man,
What are you doing, Mehek?
It's crazy, guys. It's a lot of posts on X right now. It's just flooded with posts of just it's just getting super.
You should
bad.
be on our side. You are not white. We take money. You take job. We same side.
No, I don't know what liberals are saying about this. I mean, the protests I've been seeing, there's not that many people out there anymore.
Can't be.
It's not that many. Like
Because the Venezuelans were happy.
it's going. Protests are happening.
And eventually they gotta go to work, don't they? Well, they on that.
They on welfare.
Yeah. So what do they do during the day? If you're on welfare, I understand if you're a mother and you take care of your kids, whatever. But if you're a grown man on welfare, what do you do during the day?
Guys, there's just so much going on. Just let us know what y'all think in the comments.
One more thing I wanted to watch, if you don't mind. One more thing, and then we're going to switch to Rumble. I'm going to put on the sound from probably Jake News. We'll leave Tina Kotex up, and then we will wait for Tommy. But I wanted to show you this. Did you know... I know, I can't say it. I'll say it later. But did you know something else, too? Did you know that white liberal women are converting to Islam and trying to change it to include LBGTQFAFO, whatever the fuck it is, BLT, and a slice of fucking tomato, whatever it is, I don't know. Trying to include them and trans people in Islam. Watch this. Watch this. You're gonna hate this girl. You're gonna hate what she says. You are going to hate every single thing about this video.
If you're a Muslim who's transphobic and oh no. You know what this is like? It's like in Prometheus whenever they had the aliens get loose. Now the Muslims are gonna have to deal with white women that think that they understand the religion better than they do. A white convert to Islam calls on Muslims around the world to stop being both homophobic and transphobic. As the LGBTQ plus...
If you're a Muslim who is transphobic and homophobic, not only are you contributing to the mass killing of LGBTQ people, you are also contributing to the Muslim...
How's it feel, guys? How's it feel? We've had to deal with this shit for 50 years.
Guys, I think I finally found the weapons of mass destruction.
This is a message for Muslim men. What are you doing talking to women on the internet? What are you doing up in the comment sections haram policing women? Leave women alone.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
That is not of our religion. No one's asking you to be trans, but what you need to do and what is obligated of us in Islam is to treat trans people as the human beings that they are. So I'm not gonna have any transphobia in my comments, even if y'all are Muslims, even if y'all are other hijabis. I don't care. If your version of Islam is we have to support the genocide of trans people, I don't want it. It's exactly your bigotry that is also contributing to the Muslim genocide and allowing Zionists to pink wash the Muslim genocides that are happening across the world and to demonize Muslims as these all Muslims are evil, all Muslims are transphobic and homophobic. You know who's not? Oh, us Zionists. That's what y'all are doing. You don't even realize it.
Now I get to watch another person's culture henpecked to death by white women. Now I get to see it again.
Of religion has to do with being a bigot that gets people killed, not hurting anyone, just being who they are. I don't want any part of it. And keep in mind that in the Quran 2 times it says, to me my religion and to you yours, and there's compulsion and
She's quoting the Quran at them. Oh my God. I used to pray for times like this.
It's literally haram.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry for this. We tried our best to stop it. Good luck, guys.
For you to impose your religion and your beliefs on other people. No one's asking you to be trans. At the same time, you are also pushing away people who are trans, who are gay, from becoming Muslim. Whether you like it or not, there are LGBTQ Muslims who are part of our ummah. They are just as Muslim as you are. And at the end of the day, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. Allah is greatest, Allah knows best, and you need to humble yourself.
Oh my God. Now you guys have to deal with this shit. That hurt? I know. So painful. Oh my God. Oh yeah, get used to this, guys. Get used to it. Karen's teaching Islam. Silence Muslims. A white liberal woman is speaking.
Trina, $5. I would give up my right to vote if liberal women couldn't vote. That's fucking crazy. Wow. That would change the landscape of politics completely. I know no sound. I know there's no sound because I'm about to switch to Rumble. We're going to Rumble, guys, but I got to do some things first. I just got to do some setup first, right? Just bear with me for a second. Just relax, okay? I'm going to have it all set up in a minute. No worries. Okay, wait. I need to move Tina Kotex up here. Sorry, I had to do it. Oh, man, that sucks. Hold on. Is that super blurry, or can you see it still, the Tina Kotex one? Does it make it look bad if I have to do that and like stretch it that much? Or is it still watchable? How's that, guys? Feel free to be honest. I can adjust it a little bit more if I have to. Tommy's, I have good under good authority that we'll be seeing Tommy pretty soon. Couple minutes, guys. Couple minutes. It's fine. Thanks, Polly. Okay, guys. This is what we're doing. We're going to Rumble. Well, we're already on Rumble, but we're going to be exclusively on Rumble right now. Thank you so much for watching. The link to Rumble is pinned at the top of the chat. The Minneapolis is blurry because his stream is blurry. It's not me. It's Jake News. It's him. We'll probably get rid of that and totally switch to Tommy on the mainstream. But for now, this is what it's going to be, okay? It's not me. It's him. So we're going to close the YouTube stream right now. So please, 163 of you, go to Rumble. Please go to Rumble. It's pinned at the top. Let me see how many people we got on Rumble. We have 139. So we should be able to get to 300 on Rumble. Well, maybe some of you have it on both. Yep. Okay. ScrewTube sucks. Yep. YouTube is garbage for this reason. But otherwise, I love YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hello. But yeah, Jake's is not good. It's blurry as hell for me too. So we'll figure it out. Tommy's on his way, okay? So we'll see him soon. All right. Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. I love you very much. Watch my videos. Watch some of my shorts. I have a lot. You can go back in time and watch some too, okay? We'll see you after hours over on Rumble. Rumble in 5, 4, men do 3 like that. 2, 1. Good night, YouTube.